Cortez.
Okay. All right.
All right, good morning. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving as your presiding judge. Thank you for your patience on this morning. We had a couple of technical difficulties, but we got them all straightened out on this morning. And so if you are on this morning, you should be a part of our specialty court. If you are not a part of specialty court, please make sure that you call the courtroom at area code 313-965-2280. And so I am ready to begin the docket. Let me have the attorneys please place your appearance on the record.
Thank you, and good morning, Judge. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court Defense Attorney, P23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Reed, and your motion is granted.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Flakens, P31894, Drug Treatment Court and Veterans Treatment Court Defense Attorney. I would also make a similar motion.
All right, good morning, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted. Are there any preliminary matters before I have the case managers check their text messages and place their appearances on the record? Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, do you have any preliminary matters?
No, Judge, I believe we have Attorney Harris with us this morning to help with the A docket, and I think she's in the courtroom somewhere.
Oh, there she is. Yes. Good morning, Attorney Harris. Place your appearance on the record for us.
Good morning, Your Honor, and good morning to your staff. Cherika Harris, P72832, and I will be appearing on behalf of the traffic and misdemeanor docket, those individuals with the last name beginning with A, and I join in on the same motion. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, and your motion is granted. And so, Ms. Wilson, as soon as I give you the co-host, we will make sure that as people come in, that we place them in that breakout room with Ms. Harris being one of the attorneys. And then, all right, and then we'll go from there. All right, very good. I am ready to get started. The case managers, if you could place your appearance on the record this morning and give me the name of the individual who is in phase 3 on your docket. Let's start with Mr. Yancey. You're up first.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court, Your Honor. My only phase 3 person is Brandon Smith, and I believe he won't be until 9 o'clock.
All right, very good. All right, good morning, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning.
I have up next, Mr. Griffin. You're next on the screen.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Drug Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department. I have no phase 3 people today, Your Honor, but I do need to go in the breakout room with Mr. Grunbaum, Mr. Moscow, and Mr. Kuliak.
All right, thank you, Mr. Griffin. Good morning to you. And so are you ready to go into that breakout room right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Ms. Robs, you are up next. Do you place your appearance on the record and who's in phase 3? And Mr. Twitty, take that hat off in my courtroom. You know better. All right. Go ahead, Ms. Robs.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robs, Drug Treatment Court Case Manager. Your Honor, I have a phase 1. I don't have any phase 3 people on today.
All right, very good. Then we are going to, and good morning to you, Ms. Robs. We are going to move now to the phase 2 people. Mr. Yancey, who do you have in phase 2? Uh-oh, you're muted, Mr. Yancey.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Mr. Has to take his hat off, Twitty. And Toya Milton and Carlos Oden. Those are the 3 people in phase 2 that are on the screen, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Griffin, who do you have in phase 2 today?
Your Honor, Ms. Muck, Mr. Kuliak, and Mr. Moscow. They part of the phase 5 program, but all 3 of them are phase 2. I think they received the invitation. Ms. Wilson, I haven't received the invitation to go into the breakout room yet.
All right. Ms. Robs, who do you have in phase 2?
Your Honor, I don't have anyone on the screen in court today, Your Honor, for phase 2, but I would like to make a recommendation for promotion once the case is called.
All right, wonderful. Let's start with Mr. Yancey's phase 2 people. Mr. Twitty, let me place your case number on the record now that you've taken off your hat. I am ready on case number 201-0000277. Mr. Twitty, state your full name for the record.
Darren Twitty.
All right, good morning, Mr. Twitty.
Good morning. Sorry about the hat. I just got to work. My fault.
That's okay. Sometimes you need a little reminder with, I don't have no problems reminding people of stuff, right? Right. All right, Mr. Twitty, what have you been up to? I haven't seen you in a while.
No, it's been a while.
It has been.
Yeah, I just been working, taking little side jobs here and there, trying to do the best to maintain my sobriety by keeping busy.
Okay, and what are you keeping busy doing?
If I'm not at work, I picked up these little side jobs that I do for different apartments or stuff. I know people who own real estate, and they would have me come in and fix up some stuff.
All right, very good. Mr. Twitty, I haven't heard you mention the kids in a while. How are the kids doing?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't get to see them. Last time I see my girls, it was a while ago. I guess she stopped letting me see them because I was 30 minutes late bringing them home or something like that. So that's why I ain't even mention them. That's why I said I just keep busy by just working, come to work and do my side jobs for real.
All right, Mr. Twitty, I want you to have some conversation with Mr. Yancey because it's important that where there are healthy relationships, while you're in the program, we want to make sure that we foster those healthy relationships, that we encourage them, okay? And so I don't want to put it out here on YouTube, but Mr. Yancey, I'd like you to have some conversation with him about that. And if there's anything that we can do to help facilitate where he's able to see those babies, because that's important for them to see you doing well, because you are doing well, Mr. Twitty, and your girls need to see their father doing well. How about that?
That's what I see.
Yeah.
But I'm probably gonna fill out, or I got this little form from this, or not from the friend of the court, to file a motion so I could get split custody or something like that. I'm not trying to get full custody. I just want to be able to get them on the weekend. So if I can't see them on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, it's but I'm pretty sure the court, I'm doing good. I'm trying to get in another journeyman's program, but I go to work, I work my side job. I don't do nothing. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do nothing. I take care of my household. I got a very clean house. My significant other, she works, so there's no reason why the court wouldn't, let me at least get them on the weekend. So hopefully that worked out.
Okay. Well, you pursue every legal avenue that you can. Notice I said legal avenue that you can, so that you are able to be in your daughter's lives. Okay.
Okay.
Because you are doing well, Mr. Twitty. How are you feeling about the progress that you've made so far?
I feel good. I feel real good. And then it helps, to hear from Mr. Yancey and people like, I'm proud of you, you're doing good. Keep up the good work, even with the little bumps and stumbles, you know what I'm saying? Like, even with the kid situation, that could, stress a person out. But it's like, I just call different people. If I don't talk to Mr. Yancey, I talk to one of my coworkers or my supervisor or, whoever. I feel like I can get some good words of encouragement from to help me maintain my sobriety.
Right. Very good. Very good. All right. Is there anything that you need us to do to help you to stay on track? Because you are doing very well. I want to know about this money and these vouchers to pay these tickets.
Yeah, Mr. Yancey told me about that. He told me that he sent me the itemized bill. I want to say it was for like the fines and the court fines and costs or my supervision fees or something like that. And I sent it over to the lady. And as far as them on their part, I think they like move kind of slow with it because I know they help you out with a car loan. And my friend told me it took them a couple months to do it. So.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure that we had given you everything that you needed in order to facilitate that process. And it sounds like you have everything.
Yeah, Mr. Yancey, he sent me the stuff over.
All right, very good, very good. Any questions for the team today, Mr. Twitty?
No, it was just crazy how you said and do stuff the legal way. Because last Friday I started to go up to their school and take them from school before she got up there. But they was like, no, don't do that. She don't try to call the police. I'm like, but other than that, everything cool. Anything I got questions with, I call Mr. Yancey and he, helps me out with it.
All right. Yep. That's why I stress the legal, not the emotional way, the legal way. And certainly, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, if there's any direction that you can give him with respect to doing things the legal way, I need you all to do that because I want Mr. Twitty to understand. I tell people all the time, friend of the court is really a friend of the court. Folks have this horrible ideation about the friend of the court. But when you're having issues with visitation and what should be paid, that's what they're there to do. And so they really are. They really are trying to make sure they keep families together. And so, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, if there's anything, any direction you can give him, I need you to do so.
Judge, I believe he's doing it the right way, and this court summarized it very well. I think to officialize visitation, to make it written down so that it's not subject to the vagaries of an emotional husband or an emotional wife. Those are good things. And all I can do, Judge, is he's on, can repeat what you said. He's on the right track. He needs to go to front of the court. He needs to get those issues straightened out. He needs to get payment issues straightened out. And it really helps. It puts everybody then on the same page and everyone knows what's going to happen next. So it really is a good idea to go to front of the court.
All right. Mrs. Twitty, did you hear that?
Yes, I heard him.
All right. I know what your boys may say about the friend of the court, but we're giving you a different perspective, okay? And I saw you looking to the side. I was like, I'll be looking. All right. All right. All right. Mr. Yancey, what do you want to report out as to Mr. Twitty?
Your Honor, Mr. Twitty, he's still doing well. He's still in compliance. He's still screening clean, still working, still doing some AA meetings. So, and I've talked to him, so we're just waiting. Hopefully he can get a voucher for his fines and costs. And then we should be really progressing through phase 2. So we just encourage him to stay the course. Don't try to do anything to derail all the progress that he's made. But right now he's doing well, and we want him to continue to do well. So, but he is in compliance at this time, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Yancey, what's next for Mr. Twitty?
Your Honor, we want to do a face-to-face for Mr. Twitty on April 11th, and then we want to have him come back on Zoom April 18th.
All right, so April 11th would be at 10:35 for docketing purposes, and April 18th would be at 8:35 a.m.
Yeah. Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right. Very good. All right, Mr. Twitty, I'm gonna change up the game a little bit today. You know, I'm always learning, always learning. You're in phase 2. I'm gonna have you stick around for the remainder of the phase 2 people, and then I'm going to release you, okay?
Okay.
All right, I want you to continue to listen and to be engaged, even though your hearing is complete. All right?
Okay.
Can you do that for me?
Yes.
You better. I'm gonna be watching you. All right.
I'm gonna
Thank
be
you,
working.
Mr. Twitty. Okay, but just make sure you're listening, okay?
I am.
All right, very good.
Oh,
All right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Yancey. Can you call me when we done with this?
Yes.
Or yeah, just call me because I don't know when you're gonna be done.
Okay, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Twitty. Let's go to a phase 2 for Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin, who do you have up first for phase 2?
Ms. Muck.
Miss Muck, come on, Miss Muck, and unmute for me, please. I have the following for Miss Muck. I have case number Z807-3181. Miss Muck, state your full name for the record, please.
Callie Muck.
I can barely hear you.
Callie Muck.
All right, good morning, Miss Muck. How are you this morning?
Morning. I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well, doing well. You're smiling this morning. It's good to see you smile, Miss Muck.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, how are things going for you?
Things are going good. Just looking for a new job. Still looking for like a new place, but I moved out of my other apartment. Been going to counseling 3 times a week or group therapy, and dropping clean 3 times a week, and just been painting and taking care of my daughter and stuff. So.
Well, you're staying quite busy, and those are all good things, don't you think so?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Are you having any issues with working the program?
No.
No issues? All right, what's been the most challenging thing that you've had to face since the last time I've seen you?
Moving out of my apartment probably was pretty hard.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a pretty big apartment, so it took a lot longer than I thought I was gonna take. But it's all over with now, thank God. But yeah, that'd probably be it.
Okay, and this was a good move for you?
Yeah.
All right, very good, very good. Tell me one thing that you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
Just being patient and having faith that things are gonna work out.
All right, being patient, absolutely. And things will work out. And you're already seeing that, right? You got moved in and settled in. All right, how's work going?
I actually quit my job, but yeah, I'm looking for a new one.
Okay, all right. And how's that job search going?
Pretty good. I have a job interview today, so it should be good.
Okay. All right, I hope that it goes well for you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, daughter's doing well?
Yep, she's doing good.
Okay, wonderful. You have any questions for the team today, Ms. Muck?
No.
No questions? All right, Mr. Griffin, is there anything you'd like me to know about Ms. Muck?
No, Your Honor, like she reported, she's still attending treatment. That's going well. Still testing 3 times a week, no problems with that. She did inform me that she was moving and looking for a new place and new employment. But other than that, overall, Ms. Muck is doing well, no issues. She's currently in phase 2 of our phase program. She's been in phase 2, Your Honor, for 50 days. So she's moving along and obeying your court order.
All right, wonderful. Anything from any of the other team members as to Ms. Monk?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations. Good report. You're working the program. We're proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. I talked to you when you came to the program. We went over the court's order. You said you can do it, and you are doing it. Congratulations. Keep up the good work and be safe. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Monk. Thank you.
All right, very good. If nothing else for Mr. Fikes, were you getting ready to comment?
Judge, I just wanted to tell Ms. Muck she is doing a good job. I agree with the comments of Mr. Reed, and we wish you well, young lady. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. With that, Mr. Griffin, if Ms. Monk does not have any questions for the team this morning, then I need her face-to-face date as well as her return to court.
Your Honor, her face-to-face would be April 11, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. Her return to Zoom hearing would be 4/18/22 at 8:35 a.m.
So that's April 18th at 8:35. Got it.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Monk, I need you to hang with us until we have finished the phase 2 people, okay?
Okay,
All right, thank you. Good to see you. Hang in there.
thank you.
All right, Mr. Yancey, who do we have next from phase 2 for your crew?
Your Honor, Ms. Milton.
Toya Milton, good morning to you, Miss Milton.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
That's good. I have the following matters for you, Miss Milton. I have Z8081261 and Z800982. State your full name for me, Miss Milton.
Toya Milton.
All right. And case managers, just in case I forget, it's never too early to start reminding our participants that graduation is going to take place on May 19th. Is that correct? Yes. May 19th, 2022. Save the date, because whether you are graduating or not, you are required to be there. You are required to be at the graduation. And so save the date. It is May 19th, 2022. More information to come. All right. All right. Miss Milton, first of all, how's that baby doing?
I think you hear him in the background.
I don't hear him. I don't hear him. He's not happy this morning.
No, he's having his breakfast. He's probably done. And as soon as you called me, he started crying. Well, he's not crying. He's just kind of probably letting me know I want some juice or I'm done here. But he's doing good.
He's doing good. Very good. And you're taking good care of him, right?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Still working from home?
I am. I'm still working from home. I also work at Little Caesars Arena. The season is coming to a close, thank God. It's been very hard working from home 8 hours and then going to the arena to work and then coming back home to go to sleep, to get a few hours to wake him up, to go to daycare, then come back home to be on time to punch in at 8, then work and then get off and then pick him up and then I've had some challenges.
Yeah, it's a lot to adulting. Thank you for sharing that. For those that may even be thinking about, bringing other little people into the world. It's work if you're going to do it right.
Oh yeah. It's very challenging. I think once this other job is over at the arena, I'll have a whole lot more free time and I won't be as stressed as I am now. So looking forward to the season ending.
Yes. All right. Very good. How are you doing with working your program, Ms. Milton?
Doing good. Definitely trying to, make sure that I am keeping my sobriety. Yeah.
I hear him now. He is like, lady, you are taking way too long.
He doesn't know I'm in front of the judge. You must wait, Nazir. Yeah.
Oh, we might need you to bring him his shoes. No, you're doing well, Miss Milton.
Yes, ma'am, I am. Last 2 weeks ago, I lost my brother. He was one of my main support systems during this whole progress. And give me one second, please.
I will. Go and put us on mute, Miss Milton.
Hey.
All right. We gonna keep going. He is like, I am priority.
No. We can go back to me, please. I promise.
I got you, Miss Milton.
Okay.
I got you. Get him what he needs. You can multitask for a second. Get him what he needs.
Yes. So,
all right. Miss Milton, I'm sorry to hear about your brother.
Yeah, my brother, he was my only sibling. And during this whole process, from the time that I was arrested for the OWI, he was a person that bonded me out. He was a person that told me, to go through this drug treatment program with the court. He's been the one that's really been my rock, that really helped me throughout this whole entire process, and he battled diabetes, and for a few years he didn't take care of it, and he had an amputated leg, and that didn't stop my brother. My brother still, he still did slow roll on Mondays. He still was active, finally maintained his weight, and we believe that he suffered from a seizure. So, that's been really hard on me, because he's been my number one support system. My mother, she's in my life, but my mother has been so disappointed with me at such a late age with all of this happening in my life, that she was really kind of had her hands thrown up at me. And my brother was really the only person that told me, look, you can get through this. You can get past this. I will support you. So now it's just me and my mom, but it's giving us time to restore our relationship that needed to be restored years ago. So, it's been tough for me. It's been hard for me. It's been overwhelming, and it's even harder trying to maintain sobriety during all of this. So I talked to Mr. Yancey about some grieving counseling, because I know I'm going to need that. And that's just where I am. My life right now is very hard.
So, Ms. Milton, first of all, I thank you for sharing with us your struggles, your challenges. My condolences to you.
Thank you.
And to your family. I also want to point out for you and to you, Ms. Milton, that your incredible strength. You were very honest when you said that, and in spite of all of this stuff that's going on in life, I'm staying sober. I'm expected to stay sober. And guess what? You're doing it. You're doing it.
It's hard. It's hard.
I know it's hard. But it is a display of strength that you probably didn't even know that you had.
No.
And so I applaud you for that. I really do. And I hope that you give yourself a pat on the back for having that kind of strength in the midst of everything that's going on. You have made a decision not to drink. And so that is just incredible. And then I also want to applaud you, Ms. Milton, because you have indicated I need grief counseling. And so that's a part of what goes on in this program. We want to empower people that long after they're finished with us, when you see that there's a need in your life, go and get the assistance that you need. You don't have to have a brush with the law or be in court and have a judge tell you, you must do this. You can make decisions for yourself to keep yourself healthy and on track with the goals that you've established for yourself in life. And so I am very excited to hear that you want to go to grief counseling, and Mr. Yancey will make sure that you get connected to those resources so that you are able to do grief counseling. How does that sound?
It sounds great. We spoke last week, and I kind of updated him with everything that was going on, and I suggested it and he said, I'll definitely make that happen for you. So I'm on board.
All right, very good. I'm glad to hear you and your mom are going to work on your relationship.
Yeah, it's a long time coming. I mean, we always had a good relationship. It's just, I've been the black sheep of the family. My brother was the one, always an upstanding man. Not saying I'm not an upstanding woman, but I was the black sheep. So it's time for us to have that mother and daughter unity.
Yes, ma'am. You all will need each other for strength, especially during this time.
Yes.
All right. If there's anything that we can do to help, by all means, let us know. Okay?
I will. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Yancey, what do you have for Miss Milton this morning?
Your Honor, Miss Milton, she's doing well in the midst of a really hard situation. We did talk, and her brother meant the world to her. So I just applaud her for being strong and doing what she needs to do, not only with complying with our program, but just, it's obviously a benefit to her personally also. And if she sees herself getting through this, then maybe she can see herself getting through anything. But she's still in treatment, all well-being, still screening, and just I am going to refer her for the grief counseling. We did talk about that extensively. So she's doing well. All things considered, she's doing well and she's in compliance. She'll need additional support, and we'll be here to support her, Your Honor.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Anything from any of the other team members asked to Ms. Milton? I will say before that, I'm looking at the printout for Ms. Milton. There are some other matters that's on her summary page. And so I know we can't resolve that today, but Mr. Yancey, if you can get with Ms. Mack, look at it, and let's make sure we have everything accounted for, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Anything from any of the other team members? Nothing else? What's next for Ms. Milton?
Your Honor,
Face-to-face day, and then return to court.
Yeah, her face-to-face will be April 14th, Your Honor, at 10:35, and her Zoom court hearing will be April 21st at 8:35.
All right, did you get that, Ms. Milton?
The 18th and the 21st?
The 14th and the 21st.
14th. Okay. Yes. I'll write that down. I had to step away. 14th and 21st. Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. Very good. All right, Ms. Milton, we need you to hang in there with us until we get through the phase 2, people. Okay. The phase 2s that we're on time. All right. Very good.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
All right. You too. Stay with us. All right, Mr. Griffin, who do we have next for phase 2 from you?
Mr.
Do I need to
Cooley,
swear in the interpreter?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Grunbaum, good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, let me have you raise your right hand, please. Do you swear that you will swear or affirm that you will interpret the words that are spoken on this morning, that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please state your name as well as your qualifications.
My name is Victor Grunbaum. I'm a registered interpreter with the state of Michigan.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Grunbaum. And you're interpreting today from English to?
Ukrainian.
All right. And from Ukrainian to English. Very good. All right. We're starting with Mr. Kuliak. Is that right, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. I'm calling case number 200211 FD. Mr. Kuliak, please state your full name for the record.
Mr. Kudlak, ваше имя.
Павло Кудляк.
Good morning, Mr. Kuliak.
Доброго
Добрий
ранку.
ранок. Good morning,
I
Your
missed
Honor.
something. All right, there we go. All right, how are you today, Mr. Kuliak?
Як у вас справа сьогодні, містер Кудляк?
Добре, дякую, ваша честь. Все добре. По програмі працюю своїм терапевтом, здаю тести 2 рази на тиждень. Ну, я думаю, що я працюю в правильному напрямку.
Everything is fine. I'm doing my program. I'm working. I'm meeting with my therapist. I think I'm on the right track and I'm doing what needs to be done.
Wonderful. Mr. Kuliak, can you share with me something that's been challenging to you since the last time I've seen you? Mr. Grunbaum, are you frozen? I didn't hear you.
I did freeze for a second. Now I can hear you, Judge.
Okay, I asked Mr. Kuliak to please share with me something that has been challenging to him since the last time I've seen him.
Містер Кудляк, вона хоче знати, чи щось було у вас таке в вашому житті, що було якесь нове.
Ну, відтоді, як останній раз ми побачились, такого нового нічого не змінилося. Все залишилося як є, і нічого не помінялося.
There are really no significant changes since the last time we spoke. Everything is on the right track. Nothing really special that has happened. I cannot report.
Okay, I asked about challenges, not changes. Can you let him know I asked about any challenges?
У вас якісь були там трудності якісь останні 2 тижні?
Ну, не враховуючи те, що по новинах показують, то лічно в мене, то були трудності з поновленням ніби правом їзди, ну я поки що мені щось не вийшло з тими правами нічого зробити, і фактично я нічого не робив.
He had a challenge with getting his driver's license going, and he wasn't successful in it. He tried, but that's really the only thing that is the only challenge he had.
All right, thank you for sharing that with us, Mr. Kuliak. Mr. Griffin, I'd like us to look into the status of his driver's license. I see that he was supposed to be eligible March of this year. So can we look into that, Mr. Griffin and one of the attorneys, so that we can assist him with overcoming whatever obstacles or barriers that are standing in his way?
Mr. Griffin, я бачу тут, що він має право отримати driver's license в цьому місяці. І якісь там, яка може бути проблема, яку ми можемо допомагати рішати, то повинні йому допомогти і рішити ту проблему.
And Your Honor, if I might, if Ms. Mack could send myself and Mr. Reed a copy of Mr. Kuliak's SOS, we could take a look at it.
Ви б хотіли побачити його там SOS, я не знаю, що то є, будемо допомагати.
Бо я пробував поновити страховку. Страховка в мене буде дуже висока, і фінансове становище, яке в мене зараз, мені трішки, я не зможу потягнути, тому я вже буду чекати, коли вже суд мені надасть право, як то кажуть, легально їздити, тому що я зараз фінансово я не в силі потягнути.
I said the problem that I've encountered is with the insurance. This insurance is so high that I wouldn't be able to afford to pay for it at this time. So that is really my challenge.
Yeah, Your Honor, we did look into his license, and he does qualify for a restricted license, but he's been searching around for insurance, and the insurance is very high. And I told him it's not that we can do to control that.
Він говорить, що the restricted license страховка дуже висока, і ми не можемо в тому йому допомогти. Понизити страховку ми не можемо, не в состоянні.
So Mr. Griffin is absolutely correct. There's nothing we can do about that, but what we can do is encourage you to continue to work your program, refrain from driving, because you are going to, at some point, get to a place where insurance will be affordable, okay? But you don't want to get any additional tickets.
Ми не можемо вам допомогти з ціною на страховку, але ви можете вам допомагати в цій програмі. І я прошу вас, щоб ви не їздили на машині, тому що буде таке время, така година, коли ви зможете купити страховку. Так що чекайте трошки.
О, ні, ваша честь, це страховка я потягну, я просто із-за тої ситуації, що зараз на Україні, я просто допомагаю своїй родині на Україні, як тільки це закінчиться, я потягну страховку, мені, як то кажуть, не трудно буде, просто зараз я не зможу розірватися на дві сторони, тому я не буду чекати.
I'll be able to afford the insurance sooner or later. There's a little difficulty this time because I'm helping my family in Ukraine financially. But as soon as that situation is over, I'll be able to buy the insurance, and everything's going to be fine.
All right, sounds good. Sounds really good. All right, Mr. Griffin, is there anything else you need to report out on Mr. Kudliak? The interpreter, Mr. Feinbaum?
Mr. Griffin, у вас є щось повісти насчет містера Кудляка?
No, Your Honor. Mr. Kulak reported correct. He's doing fine. Continuing the treatment. I did get an update. He's doing well. He's testing. Our tests haven't been negative. We did stop a couple of weeks ago, and I did ask him about, the situation in Ukraine, and that, his counselor, that if he need to talk about that. And so we did discuss that in the breakout room.
У містера Кудляка все в порядку. Ми говорили насчет його ситуації на Україні, і ми розуміємо, що йому трошки тяжко тепер.
All right, very good. And Mr. Kudliak, I do want you to know that your family, you all are in our thoughts, and that the court, we are here for whatever services you may need during this time, okay?
Містер Кудляк, ми хотіли вам повісти, що ми розуміємо вашу ситуацію з вашою сім'єю, і ми думаємо і желаємо їм всього найліпшого. І як ви маєте якісь проблеми, то ви вам тут, щоб допомогти.
Щиро дякую, ваша честь. Дуже вам щиро дякую.
Thank you very much, Judge. Again, thanks again.
All right. Mr. Griffin, what's next for Mr. Kudliak?
Що буде у містера Кудляка? Яка буде, коли повертатися?
Your Honor, he will be coming back for a face-to-face on April the 14th, 2022 at 10:35, and he'll be coming back for a Zoom hearing April the 21st, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
14 березня буде face-to-face. At what time, please?
10:35 a.m.
У 10:35, 14 березня, і повертаємося до суда. What date and what time coming back to court?
Back to court on 4/21/2022 at 8:35 a.m.
На 21 березні обратно до суда 8:35.
All right, very good. Please let Mr. Kudliak know that he needs to stay in court. I'm going to dismiss all of the phase 2 people. I have 2 more individuals that I have to do, and then I'll dismiss them. But he's to stay on.
Вона питає, щоб містер Кудляк, ви не уходили і ждали, коли вона вас відпустить.
All right. Let's go to Mr. Oden. Mr. Oden, if you could unmute for me, please. I have the following.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How are you, Mr. Oden?
I'm fine.
That's good. I have the following matter for you. I have 200-612-9102. State your, not Nolan, Odin. I think I said Nolan, Mr. Odin. Let me have you state your full name for me.
Carlos Odin.
All right, Mr. Odin, how are you today?
I'm fine, Judge. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. How's that new baby?
She keeping us up all night.
All night?
All night.
Is
Every
she?
2 to 3 hours, she want her bottle.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
okay. You don't mind doing it, right?
No, I don't mind. It's amazing.
It is amazing. Yes. All right, Mr. Odin, you working your program?
Working the program. I'm still doing outpatient. I'm testing twice a week, and I just recently started the heat orientation.
Wonderful. What did you think about heat?
Oh, it's intense. I think this is a game changer for me. It's going to work. That I like that. I like that.
I do too. I do too. I'm so glad to hear you. You have an open mind and you're ready to work, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Do it, Mr. Odin. I'm excited for you. You're going to need that heat, especially you got that new baby girl.
Yeah. They talk about a lot
There
of
you
stuff in there.
Yes, some good stuff. Is there anything you can share with the courtroom that you've learned so far? That maybe you can help somebody else?
Well, yeah, I was walking in before we started the group. I was walking in. I think it was it maybe was an NA meeting, but it still was powerful. It was a learning experience. And I think Mr. Johnson was speaking. He was just telling everybody, that recovery is a process, and you just got to pump your brakes sometime and slow down. It don't happen that easy. He said, just take your time and, you'll get through the process, and just do it one step at a time.
Just one step, one day at a time, right?
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Have you had anything that's been challenging to you since the last time I've seen you, actually?
Besides the last 2 classes I took at school, it was kind of overwhelming, but I got through both of those classes, and now I'm in a different class now. So.
All right, and you doing well?
Doing well, Judge. Doing well.
Good, very good. All right, Mr. Odin, you have any questions for the team this morning?
I know I mentioned I was listening to Mr. Kuliak about the restricted license. I know that I won't be eligible to the 31st, but I still don't know how that process works. So whenever I get a chance, I get in touch with Mr. Yancey and ask him, how does that process work on getting your restricted license?
That's exactly what you should do, and he'll give you that information. And it's never too early to ask about it as far as when you work in the program. Let me say that. And you have been working the program. You've been with us since December of last year. And so, Mr. Yancey, let's get in position to get information about the restricted license.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Odin?
No other questions.
No other questions. It's good to see you today. I'm glad things are working out well for you. You are doing a great job and very proud of you. And keep your eyes and your ears open for heat, okay? You don't want to miss it.
I'm not.
All right. We went through that training and it was some good stuff. It was some good stuff. So definitely get everything that you can from it. All right. Mr. Yancey, what do you have for Mr. Odin this morning?
Your Honor, Mr. Odin, he's doing great. He's doing multiple treatments at Lake Ridge, which he just reported. So he's doing well. I actually got a report from them, and they're really pleased with him. He's still in compliance with his screening, and he's also seeking some employment that he talked about with me. So Mr. Odin is Really doing well. Has a new baby. He's hanging in there. With that, as far as his rest, so he's doing well. He's really doing well right now.
All right, very good, very good. If nothing else from or is there anything else from the rest of the team as to Mr. Odom?
Thank you, Judge. I'd like to congratulate Mr. Odom. Good report. You're working the program. Keep up the good work. I'm glad to hear that you're continuing your education. Don't get overwhelmed. We're proud of what you're doing, Mr. Odom, and be safe. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, very good. If nothing else, Mr. Yancey, what's
Yes, Your
next for
Honor.
Mr. Odom?
So he's going to have a face-to-face with me on April 14th at 10:35. And he's going to have another Zoom hearing with us on April 21st at 8:35.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Odom?
Yep, I just wrote it down, Judge.
All right, very good. Take good care of yourself, Mr. Odom. Try to get you some rest where you can. And hang in there, you're doing a great job. Don't leave. I'm going to excuse all of the phase twos at one time, okay?
You got it. No problem.
All right, wonderful, thank you. Let's do
You're
it,
welcome.
my last phase two, and then we're going to our phase one people. Mr. Moscow, let me have Mr. Moscow on mute. The interpreter is still sworn in to interpret the words that will be spoken by the parties. I'm calling now case number Z, strike that, 200-440-8901. Mr. Moscow, please state your full name for the record.
Mr. Москаль, ваше ім'я.
Stephen Moscow.
Good morning, Mr. Moscow.
Доброго ранку. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, all right. Mr. Moscow, how are things going with you?
Mr. Москаль, як у вас справа, як у вас діла?
Справи добре. Відносно програми ходжу двічі на тест. Цього тижня маю апойтмент з терапевтом, не з терапевтом, а з доктором, куди я ходжу на терапію. А так, все добре. Якби в особистому житті все, якби не враховуючи ситуацію, яка в Україні.
Everything is fine so far. I'm testing twice a week. Next week, I have an appointment, not with the therapist, but actually with the doctor. Otherwise, everything is okay. The only problem is that certain situation that is happening in Ukraine right now.
Yes. Mr. Moscow, have you been able to be in contact with your family members that are in
Mr. Moscow,
Ukraine?
Ви в контакті з вашою сім'єю, яка знаходиться на Україні?
Так, в мене там кузени живуть, якби мої батьки вже помирали, а так я дзвоню до кузенів, до знайомих, висилаю гроші, фінансову допомогу, матеріальну.
Yes, I am in contact. I have some cousins that live there. Some of them actually passed away, but I am helping financially and sending them money.
Okay. My condolences to you and your family. And Mr. Moscow, I want to encourage you to make sure that you are letting your therapist know what's going on so that we can make sure we're doing everything that we know how to do for you while you are in this program, okay?
Прошу пробачення, що вам случилося з вашою сім'єю, з вашими кузинами. Я вас прошу, щоб ви розповідали своєму терапевту, що там відбувається, що може він зможе вам в чому-то допомагати.
Добре.
Thank you, for sure.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, what would you like us to know about Mr. Moscow?
Mr. Griffin, що ви хочете, щоб ви знали про містера Москаля?
Your Honor, like Mr. Moscow reported, he's doing well, continuing with treatment. All testing have been negative. I did talk to him also in the breakout room about talking to his counselor about what's going on and encourage him to stay positive. But other than that, Your Honor, he's in compliance with your order.
У містера Маскаля все в порядку, він продовжує програму, на якій він знаходиться. Ми говорили з ним про ситуацію на Україні, і він розуміє, що і дуже тяжко трошки, але він з своїм терапевтом зможе там поговорити.
All right. If nothing else from any of the other team members and no questions from Mr. Moscow, we'll get a return to court date.
Хтось має якісь запитання до містера Маскаля? Як ні, то ви будемо назначати дату, коли повертатися до суда.
Your Honor, that he'll have a face-to-face on April the 14th, 2022 at 10:35. And he'll have a Zoom hearing with the court on 4/21/2022 at 8:35 a.m.
У нас буде face-to-face 14 березня в 10:35 і повертаємося до суда 21 березня в 8:35.
All right, did you get that information? Mr. Moscow, did you get that information?
Mr. Moscow
at
has
the same time.
Yes, вона хоче знати, чи ви записали ту інформацію.
Наступного разу в нас Zoom Court 21 квітня, 8:30, same time.
Mr. Grumbaum, we didn't hear you.
He says that he had to come back to court last time on 21st of якого місяцю? До слідуючого місяцю.
April.
April. He just wanted to confirm that it's 21st of next month at 8:30.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Griffin has indicated yes for his court appearance, but he also has a court ordered face-to-face with Mr. Griffin before that date.
Yeah.
But буде 14 числа буде face-to-face у 10:35 слідуючого місяця.
Окей, я собі записав face-to-face з містером Гриффіном 14 квітня 10:30, а наступний корт 21 квітня 8:30.
Yes, I have written down that face-to-face with Mr. Griffin at 10:30 on the 14th of April and return to court on the 21st at 8:35.
There you go. Wonderful. Great to see you, Mr. Moscow. And this is for all of our phase 2 individuals whose cases I've already called. You are doing a great job. Hang in there. The formatting for court has changed a little bit. Case managers, I'll talk to you about it in staffing today, but we've got to get back in line with what the standard is for our drug treatment court and our specialty courts. And so for phase 2, that's Mr. Twitty, Ms. Milton, Mr. Odom, Ms. Muck, Mr. Kuliak, Mr. Moscow, you are all excused. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Всі з другого фейзу можете уходити, коли закінчується для вас.
Окей.
Bye, Mr. Twitty. You can put your hat on now.
Містер Кудляк, можете йти додому.
Добре, дякую всім за увагу.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
My boss
Thank you,
mad.
Mr. Grunbaum.
My boss
Thank you
mad.
very much, Judge. Have a great day.
Okay. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
I told him I started
Mr.
to
Twitty,
call off.
what are you saying?
I told him I started to call off work today. He like, you always on your phone. I said, no, I gotta go to court. I tell you, I gotta go to court every few weeks. You can't tell them you're working. This is more important than that. Like, chill out, bro.
Did you see me lift my eyebrows? Show him when you told your judge that. That's what she did.
Exactly. I said, this is my life on the line. Ain't nothing more important than my freedom.
There you go. You're taking care of business, Mr. Twitty. So get on back to work, okay?
Okay, thank you. And my condolences
have a
to
good
I don't know if she left, but my condolences to the young lady whose brother passed.
Oh, see, she's already gone.
I'll let her know, Mr.
Yeah.
Twitty.
Yes,
Okay.
please. See, that's one of the reasons why the standard is the way it is. There you go. You were listening. Thank you, Mr. Twitty.
No
Okay?
problem. Okay, have a great
All
day,
right.
you all.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You too.
And Judge, we have,
right.
Judge, you told me to remind, we have Miss Bell on. She's at now she's in treatment, and you didn't want her to miss any of her meetings.
Yes, sir. And I'm going to do her case next. And then I am going to have Miss Wilson indulge me. After I do this case, we'll bring in everybody from the waiting room. And then so she can go, we can get people to their right places, and then we'll start with our phase 1 people. All right. So Miss Bell, you are up next. Good morning to you, Miss Bell.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Let me place your case number on the record. I have case number 210-01153. Ms. Bell, state your full name for me.
Venetia Joan Bell.
All right, very good. Ms. Bell, I'm calling your case early because I know that you're at the nest. How are things going there?
They're going good, Your Honor.
All right, are you working the program, Ms. Bell?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right, you even look better, Ms. Bell. Have you looked in the mirror today?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Did you like what you looked at, what the reflection that you saw?
Most definitely.
I like that reflection too. You look awesome. You look wonderful.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. How do you feel though? How are you feeling?
I feel amazing. I really do.
Yes. All right. And you understand that that feeling of amazement is directly tied to the work that you're doing at the nest, right?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. I've learned to walk in my spirit.
Okay. All right. And so, Ms. Bell, I'm proud of you that you have stayed and that you are working the program. Mr. Griffin, are there any issues to report? Because I need her to be in class. You are right.
No, Your Honor, I received a letter from Ms. Wusu, that's her counselor. She states that she's doing fine. So I touched with Ms. Wusu to see what's the next step there. So I'll bring that to staffing. She's been there since March the 4th. So the 29 days are coming up, but I have a conversation with Ms. Wusu about that. But she said that Ms. Bell has been doing well. She's been an active part of the treatment. So, and like you said, Your Honor, you look 1,000 times better than when you was in court. So I just hope that you just give us a chance to work with you and continue to grow. But you're really looking good today. So just keep on progressing.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
All right. Very good. Anything from any of the other team members as to Ms. Bell?
Yes, Judge. Ms. Bell, keep up the good work. We're proud of you. You're in a good, safe place. We know you can do it. Be safe, Ms. Bell. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Attorney Reed.
All right. All right, Ms. Bell, did you have any questions for the team?
Just one. Will they be I'm having like certain little problems like with my finances? They either need me to have someone be a guardian or would they be able to see me personally? How will we work that out? Because my bank as well as my trying to do my unemployment, I'm coming into up on some problems there.
Okay, there shouldn't be an issue with you filing for unemployment.
Okay.
Mr. Griffin, if you could work with the individuals at the nest to help her to get on the system, because that's all done electronically now.
Okay.
And so you shouldn't have an issue with filing for unemployment. I'm not clear on what your concerns are about your bank.
Okay, I do have a check. And my sisters, my family have been behind me 100%. They're getting my mail, helping me, take care of my business. And I have a check. My sister told me that will have to be, she have to bring it up here. I'd have to sign it and, have her have power of attorney over doing my finances.
Okay.
Okay. So she can bring the check up. Mr. Griffin, you can talk with the individuals at the nest. Did you talk with your case manager there so that they can give you some recommendations on how to accomplish that?
She hadn't came in yet, but I do speak with Miss Hunt.
Hey, Judge Holmes, how you doing this morning? This is Miss Hunt.
Who's that? Hello there. How are you, Miss Hunt?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, we can take care of the issues that she had. Like her people could come up and she could sign a check. We can handle all that stuff here. Her unemployment and everything. We can handle that here with her.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So, all right, Miss Bell, I give the staff at the Nest an opportunity to work through some of those issues. You have to share them with them so that they are able to assist you, and then keep us updated on your progress, okay?
Okay.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Hunt, for clarifying that, because I'm like, wait a minute, they usually do all that. All right, have a good day. All right. So you're in great shape, Ms. Bell, but keep us posted, all right?
Okay.
All right, do you have any other questions for the team this morning?
No, not really, because they say that count the days, make the days count. So I'm not worried about anything right now.
All right, just work on you. That's it. That's it. Right. You deserve it. You deserve it. All right, Mr. Griffin, if there anything else, and if not from the team or Mr. Griffin, let's get the return to court dates.
Your Honor, that returning court date would be April 11th, 2022, and that'd be at 8:35 a.m. for a Zoom hearing with you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. April 11th it is. All right, Ms. Bell, you get back in your sessions, and it's so good to see you. I am releasing you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good, very good.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Have a wonderful day.
You do the same. Thank you so much. All right, Ms. Wilson, I'm going to have you let the individuals in from the waiting room, and then once she gets them situated, Ms. Nolan, your case will be heard next, and then it will be Mr. Fleming, and then Mr. Smith.
I gotta remember how to get out of
here. And Your Honor, if Ms. Wilson wants to assign me to a different breakout room to help out with the A's, I'd be happy to go back.
Oh, please do. If you are coming into my courtroom, first of all, good morning to you. And you are here because your last name begins with the letter A. Please place your device on mute. Please place your device on mute. Everyone, thank you so much. If you are an attorney, I need you to check in with my clerk because I will do retained counsel cases first. So please check in with my clerk by calling the courtroom at 313-965-2280. Make sure you give her your name and your client's name so that I can get your file. And when I'm ready to start calling the traffic matters, I will do retained counsel first. All of y'all don't call at the same time because somebody going to voicemail. You'll have to call, hang up and call back. All right. So also, if your last name begins with the letter A, you are going to receive an invitation to go to a breakout room. Please accept the invitation and you will be able to speak with an attorney in that breakout room so that when I'm ready to call the traffic docket, your matter will be called. And so if you get an invitation to a breakout room, please accept that invitation. And if you have the ability to change your name on your device, please do so because we don't know who you are without your name being on your device. All right. So I'm going to give an opportunity for those things to clear up. And I'm sorry, Mr. Brown, I did not see your face, so I did not call your name. Your case will be right after Ms. Nolan's.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I still see attorneys in the courtroom. Ms. Wilson, I'm going to wrap up my specialty court docket. The attorneys, especially if you are waiting to talk with the prosecutor, that we're going to put you in a separate breakout room, and Mr. Rosenthal, who is the prosecutor assigned to my courtroom, should be joining you, so that by the time I finish these few cases, you all should be ready to go, and I'll be calling you in from the breakout room once I finish the specialty court docket. I have about 5 cases left to do. And actually, I'm looking at your list, Ms. Wilson. Mr. Brown was here, and then it should be Ms. Nolan. And then, okay, I got it. So Mr. Brown, your case is up next. All right. So attorneys, please make sure you accept your invitation to the breakout room. All right, let's go, Mr. Brown. Good morning to you. I have case number 21S00466FD. Mr. Brown, state your full name for me, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Demario Brown.
Good morning, Mr. Brown. How are you this morning?
I'm great. It's Monday, so.
It is Monday.
Yeah.
Made a mistake. The judge will be back shortly.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
Sorry.
I was lost.
Gentlemen on 36district.org, I need you to accept the invite to the breakout room. I'm not sure of your name. I'm trying to get the judge back. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not sure why you have 36district.org. Mr. Bashar, you need to go to the breakout room. I know your case is ready, but we're not ready for you. Yes, Mr. Fleming. I can't hear you.
Just making sure I was in the right place because I thought I was being called up next.
No, you came in a little late today.
It was before 9. Oh, Okay, I was told to come in by 9. It was a little before 9, but that's okay. It was a misunderstanding.
It's no misunderstanding.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm still trying to get the judge back. There she is.
All right.
I'm sorry, Your
I'm
Honor.
sorry about that, Mr. Brown. For some reason, they booted me to a breakout room and couldn't get me back in court. So we had to shut down the whole system and get me back in. So here I am. I was in a breakout room talking to you. All right. All right, Mr. Brown. How are you? Did you state your name for the record? I'm all discombobulated now.
I did, but I can redo it if it makes the court happy.
Yes, go ahead and restate your name just to keep the record clear.
Yeah, Demario Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown. Did you have a good weekend this weekend?
I did. It was a busy weekend, but it was a good weekend.
All right, very good. You working your program, Mr. Brown?
Absolutely.
All right, tell me what's been challenging to you since the last time I've seen you. It doesn't have to just be with respect to the program. What challenges have you had?
Well, I mean, obviously the schedule is challenging because I already have a very busy schedule, and then working the program requires a certain type of time commitment. So that has definitely been challenging. I did do some volunteer work this weekend, a food drive in Redford, and I just continue to do all the necessary requirements of the program.
All right, and how are you handling that challenge? The busy schedule as well as the programming. How are you handling it?
I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm used to being busy.
You're doing pretty good?
Yeah.
What advice could you give to some of the other folks that are new in the program? Because these are probably all phase 1 and or people that got on time for phase 1. Yeah. So what are some tips you could give them for handling a busy schedule and the program?
Plan around the program if possible. Don't make the program plan around you. So make sure you do the necessary things for the program, and everything else will work itself out as best as you can. And minimize how many times you contact the court, and just make sure you are taking control of your narrative and you are being responsible and an advocate for yourself. So the task and things that they give to you is not for them to follow up with you, it's for you to follow up with the court, because unlike you have to be responsible for you. They got to be responsible for 20, 30 people.
There you go. And try it. We have, I don't know, what numbers are we at? I know we're at least 100 cases in this program. And so I wish I could have recorded that. I need that to be like my opening statement for court every day. That's right. We do try to specialize care for everyone, but we do want you to have that responsibility for yourself, because that's what you're going to have to do once you leave us, right? Nobody's going to be calling you up saying, hey, did you pay your light bill today? It's not going to happen, right? They're going to shut your lights off. And so thank you for that, Mr. Brown, for sharing that with the courtroom. And I hope folks are engaged and listening. All right. Do you have any questions for us today? Anything we can help you with?
No, I mean, right now I'm fine. Mr. Yancey has been answering all of my questions directly. Anytime I have a question regarding next steps, I talk to him offline. And so if there's anything I need, I will take that course first and prior to coming to Your Honor or the other staff with the court.
All right. Very good. Very good. Mr. Yancey, what do you want to report out as to Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Brown, he's doing well. He's professional as far as not only dealing with his work environment, but dealing with his program here in his sobriety. So we appreciate that. He's actively engaged in treatment. He's doing all his screenings. They've been negative. And he did pay, I believe, all his fines and costs. He paid them through his original court, and they're due to send it to us. So I did get word that he did that. We should receive that any day now. And he will have all his fines and costs paid. So he's doing well. We appreciate it. And we just encourage him. We like the way he articulated how to do his schedule. I know it's not easy, but we appreciate that.
All right, thank you, Mr. Yancey. Anything from any of the other team members, Mr. Reed?
Yes, Judge, thank you. I have to say something to Mr. Brown, fellow alumni. Congratulations on the good report, sir. You're working the program. I'm a little disappointed that our basketball team couldn't get past Duke, but there's always next year. Keep up the good work, sir. We're proud of you. Thank you.
As I go green.
All right. All right, very good. Mr. Brown, do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No, not at this time. I'm gonna have a request if it depends on what's my next dates are. And so I don't know what those are, but if it's the date that has been communicated to the other participants, I might have to change that date or ask the court to change it for my meeting with Mr. Yancey.
Right.
So.
All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, tell us what's next for Mr. Brown.
Yeah, no, we were going to have Mr. Brown come back on April 11th at 8:35. Would that work?
Yeah, so again, I had already looked at my calendar. I have something that I can't plan around in Lansing. It's a whole day starting at 8 o'clock to 5 p.m.
Is it on that date?
It's on that day. It's a quarter.
Okay. Your Honor, can we have him come back on April 14th at 8:35?
Yes, that works for me. April 14th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m., Mr. Brown. Is that good?
That is fine with me.
That works?
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Very good. And then Mr. Yancey, he's been with us February to March, April. It'll be 60 days that he's been with the program. And so let's make sure we're staffing. We'll
yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
He should be up for a promotion at that time, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Brown, I want you to hang in there. You are in phase 1. I'm going to go ahead and release you, and I will see you back in a couple of weeks. We're here if you need us.
Thank you, Hannah. You have a great day.
All right, you do the same. All right, I am ready for Ms. Noland. Ms. Noland, I have case number 200-612-9102. State your name for me, Ms. Noland.
Tina Marie Nolan.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You are doing well. You look like you're doing well, Miss Nolan.
I am.
All right, very good. Tell me what's going on with you that you're doing so well.
Well, just following the program, doing the things I'm supposed to do, working, taking care of my house, taking care of myself. Just all those things that I wasn't doing well before.
That you weren't doing well before, you are doing them now. Yes. And so, Miss Nolan, what's been difficult for you during this transition? Because you have certainly transformed. You don't even look like the person who came to us back in, it's been a minute, but.
Yeah.
What's been difficult?
Probably just the planning, getting the scheduling together.
Okay, the scheduling has been difficult?
Yes, trying to work around different things.
All right. And so how have you handled that difficulty? You've just been trying to work around it?
Yeah, I just try to plan each day as it comes along to do what I got to do. And it's all been working out.
And it's been working out. All right, very good. You have to get up early to plan?
No, not really. I get up early anyway.
Get up early anyways? All right, I hear you. All right, very good. Are you still receiving your services at Share House?
Yes, I love them.
Very good. And how do you feel about the services that you've received so far?
Oh, I really love the outpatient at Share. I like that.
Okay.
Everything's really good, very rewarding to me. Everything's been great.
All right, very good. And I see that Miss McKinney is on with us today. Good morning, Miss McKinney.
Good morning, Judge Holmes.
All right, how are things going with Miss Nolan?
Miss Nolan is being very humble. She spoke on some challenges. You know, she has some car issues, and she did not let her stop her. That did not stop her. She was so worried about not being able to make it to group, and she made it there by whatever means possible. And I'm just so proud of her. She's like, I can't miss group. I can't miss group. I got to do whatever I can. I picked her up and I took her back home. She made it there on her own. She woke up a couple of days with some tire issues with her car. You know, she didn't fret about it. She was just like, only thing she was concerned with was doing the things that she typically did with a car. She said, I got to figure this out without a car. And she did it, you know, including work. And she made it happen. You know, she had some physical challenges from working, and she didn't let it stop her. She said, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to get through this. And she's just been doing everything she's supposed to. So she's just being very humble right now. And I'm just so proud of her that she's doing as well as she's doing. And she didn't even complain to you about what she had to go through, but she just said she did what she had to do, and that's what she did.
Yes. Wonderful. And isn't that something with sobriety where we think clearly and we don't shut down and just say there's an obstacle, so now I can't, right?
Correct.
When there's substance involved, when we see an obstacle, we just say, oh, I can't, we go home and just do nothing. But when you have a clear mind and you have positive people in your life, then when you see an obstacle, you say, it's just an obstacle. I still have to get to do the things that I need to do, and you make it happen. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
That's amazing. Ms. Robs, I think she needs an incentive.
I do agree, Your Honor.
I think she does. And I'd like to see that incentive be that her next court hearing would be a face-to-face. She won't have to come to court in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yes,
Ms. Nolan, is that a good incentive for you?
Yes, it is.
All right, don't sound too excited. I'll still be keeping up with you and checking in on you, but you won't have to come to court for your next hearing. Your incentive is going to be that you will just be able to meet with Ms. Robs to update her on things. I know you all are in constant contact, but to be able to update Ms. Robs with any documents and things of that nature that you may need to provide to her. And so congratulations to you. Come on, let's everybody in the courtroom give Miss Nolan a round of applause. Come on. You are doing it, ma'am. You are doing it. Yes, yes, yes. All right, very good, very good. And so with that, Miss Robs, what do you have for Miss Nolan this morning? Anything you need to report out on?
Your Honor, I did want to make a recommendation for a phase promotion to phase 2 for Ms. Nolan on this morning, if allowed.
All right, very good. You may proceed. Tell me why you're recommending that she be promoted to phase 2.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, Ms. Nolan has been in the program. Her admission date was October 18th, 2021. Over the course of that time, Your Honor, Ms. Nolan has shown
Could you mute
herself.
yourself for me? Hold on 1 second.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. She's been in the program since October 18, 2021. And over the course of that time, Your Honor, Ms. Nolan has shown herself, you know, resilient and having the ability to persevere, as I believe Ms. McKinney has identified earlier. Your Honor, she has set goals and met those goals. She had a few challenges throughout the way, but she was able to overcome them. Your Honor, she has been sober since her admission date when she went into treatment, which would have been 11/21/2021, give or take a few days. But Your Honor, she has had consistent screenings. She has had all negative screenings, and I'm very proud of her, Your Honor. And on today, I would like to make that recommendation for phase 2 so that Ms. Nolan can progress to the program and continue to do a great job.
All right, Ms. Nolan, congratulations to you. If there are no objections, from any of the team members? Any objections?
No objections, Judge.
No
Thank you. No objections.
objections. Wonderful. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Ms. Nolan on her promotion to phase 2. Congratulations, Ms. Nolan. Look at you. You're doing it, ma'am. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Let's keep going. I'm proud of you. You are. You're still going to get your incentive for the face-to-face. So listen, we'll do that face-to-face, Miss Robs, and then for her face-to-face, we will schedule her next hearing so she can have her incentive, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. What would her face-to-face be, Miss Robs?
Your Honor, her face-to-face date will be April 11th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
All right, very good.
And then a return to court date, Your Honor, of April 18th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Did you get that, Miss Nolan?
Yes, I did.
You did. All right. Wonderful. So good to see you. I am going to release you. You will be with our phase 2 folks the next time you come back. And so we're excited for you, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Miss McKinney, for your support. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Take care. All right, Mr. Fleming, I'm ready for your case. I have case number 211-306-871 for James Fleming. Mr. Fleming, if you could unmute and state your name for the record, please.
James Major Fleming III.
All right, Mr. Fleming, how are you today?
I'm doing okay.
You doing
A little
okay? Just
sleepy.
okay?
Yeah, didn't get much sleep last night.
You did miss everything okay, Mr. Fleming?
Yeah, everything's okay. Just relationship things, but everything's going good. I had thought that y'all forgot about me. I thought that I was in the other phase of the beginning.
What other
I
phase?
think 2 phase. I thought that I was in.
Where's Mr. Yancey? Mr. Yancey, is he in phase 2?
Yeah, and he's in phase 2.
But he must have gotten on late then when you gave me the names.
Well, yeah, in the past, I have a couple of people who have requested 9 o'clock. If he can do 8:30, then we'll sure get him on early.
Okay.
Yeah. He should be the 8:35
Yes.
because what's going to happen is all of the phase people will stay together and they will all be dismissed together. But if you get on late, then I'll do you on the back end, which means that you'll be here, last. So you are in phase 2, but when I got the names, you weren't on yet. So you're in good shape for next time, okay?
Okay, I was just making
All
sure.
right.
I was like, am I in trouble?
No,
But,
you're not in trouble. You didn't go back a phase. You're in good shape. You're in good shape. All right, Mr. Fleming. I heard you say some relationship issues. I want you to make sure you're making some good decisions, okay?
Yes, that's why I had to get back to doing the program like I was doing and not get distracted from that. Because at this point, that's the most important thing right now is working the program. Yes, it's been the best thing that kind of happened to me, surprisingly. From what I was thinking back then. But it's changes that's been made that I can't go back. I couldn't go back probably if I wanted to physically. I don't know if it's health things, but I just don't have the desire to do the lifestyle I was doing before. I mean, I'm not cured of anything by any means, but just what I was doing, reflecting on that stuff, I can't see myself doing that again.
Look at you, Mr. Fleming, a change in lifestyle.
Yes. And
that's the goal.
Yeah, especially when you get distracted with if you worry about other things that aren't really important at the moment. So little distracted with that. More like a headache than a distraction. You know. So
Okay.
I'm
Let's just-
better. I'm better. I'm for back
All right.
focus.
And you're back focused. That's what I'm trying to get to. Make sure you're back on focus. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Very good. Other than the issue that you've raised with the court, are you having any other issues that you need us to address?
I'm doing pretty good as far as the drops. The past two, I needed a little help and got it, so I appreciate that.
Good.
That's probably been it for me. I'm getting ready to start my virtual counseling programs through Hungary, so got that all squared away and just going by the program, whatever that you guys have set up next, and take that on next.
All right. Very good. Tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you, Mr. Fleming.
I've learned that cannot get distracted with everything. It becomes overwhelming. You're overthinking things, and I had a peace because I didn't have those problems when I first started the program. So just getting back to that, because that's what gave me my peace. That was for me. I was lucky enough to get in this program. So I want to get back to that kind of peace. I didn't have any outside trouble or anything. And getting to check about my health and stuff like this, things that I wasn't doing before, I'm doing, and making sure that's squared away. For a lot of us that don't want to go to the doctors, and we're working and stuff, so getting back into that, the program, getting back healthy. That's where I want to be back to, and that's what I'm back doing, without thinking about
Wonderful.
everything else that's going on, things I can't change.
Wonderful. You're doing some better self-care. Sounds like it.
Yeah, just one day at a time and keep working the program.
Very good. Very good. Well, Mr. Fleming, I'm very proud of you and the progress that you've made. I'm very, very proud of you for the change in attitude. You didn't have a really good outlook on things when you first came to us, but I can hear that your outlook has changed and you see this as a plus for you as opposed to a punishment. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. A little discomfort, but yes, it's something that I needed. Yeah.
Something that you needed. Wonderful. All right. Let me hear from Mr. Yancey. Mr. Yancey, anything else you want to report out on Mr. Fleming? He seems to be doing well.
Your Honor, he's doing well. Screenings have been how they should be. He needs some help sometimes with it. When we can come up with it, we sure help him. He's starting a new program only because his program prior, they kind of relocated to a spot that was difficult for him. So it's been a smooth transition with that. And he's discussed a couple of goals with me that we're gonna see if we can make happen. One is, I believe, doing some landscaping as a business. So hopefully he hasn't swayed away from that. So he talked about something big, and that's distractions. And, as long as he can minimize that, he's going to be successful, both with this program and outside the program.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Yancey.
Yes.
Is there anything else from any of the other team members as to Mr. Fleming?
Yes, Judge, thank you. I would just encourage Mr. Fleming to keep up the good work. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. Be safe, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Fleming, any questions for the team?
No, not at this moment.
All right. If no questions, Mr. Yancey.
Yes, Your Honor, we're going to do a face-to-face with Mr. Fleming on April 14th at 10:35. And then we're going to have a Zoom hearing with Mr. Fleming on April 21st at 8:35. And then he can be
Alright.
part of the first group of phase 2 people.
Yes, he can. All right,
Thank you.
very good. All right, Mr. Fleming, good to see you today. Take good care of yourself. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Know that we're here if you need us, okay?
Thank you.
All right, take care, sir. All right. Let's go to Brandon Smith. Mr. Smith, Mr. Smith, Mr. Smith. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Pretty good?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, tell her I'm gonna need a second. What is the case? Tell her, ask her what I'm doing, but I'll be ready. Tell her I'm wrapping up my morning, not my morning, my specialty court docket. All right, Mr. Smith, let me place your case number on the record. It's 200-559-5001. State your full name for me.
Brandon Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith. You know I'm always happy to see you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir, I am. And I'm really happy to see you when you're doing what you're supposed to do, right?
Right.
All right. Have you been doing what you're supposed to do, Mr. Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you have been. All right. Tell me what's going on with you, sir. Bring me up to speed on what's going on in the life of Brandon Smith. Are you frozen? Or are you, what you doing?
Taking one day at a time.
I thought maybe you were frozen for a moment. I wasn't hearing you. Tell me what's going on.
Everything pretty much been going good. Getting everything back up to speed. Just touching bases with Miss Yancey, make sure everything is okay. And besides that, fatherhood keeping me on my toes.
All right. Are you back to work?
Well, not exactly at the moment, but I actually have a hiring event for Chrysler on April the 6th. So hopefully everything go well with that. It's like a reserve spot, so it's like assessment, and then I believe it's supposed to be like a on-site interview. So hopefully all is well with that.
All right, very good. And then I want you to spend some time speaking with Mr. Yancey about once we secure this employment opportunity, the things that you need to do in order to stay for some time, okay?
Okay.
All right, and when I say that, I'm saying it from the perspective of if there are things that we can help you to do so that you are able to maintain that employment, we want to make sure as a team that we're doing that for you, okay? I can't hear you if you're speaking.
I said, okay.
All right, very good. How are your daughters doing?
They doing pretty good. My youngest, she actually just fell asleep. She was trying to get in the camera, but they actually doing pretty good. And well, this one is getting more active by the day. I'm starting to think I can keep up with her.
Oh, you can do it.
She running laps around me.
That's okay. She'll get tired eventually and you'll be able to catch up with her.
Yeah, but then I'll be all burnt out from chasing
her. Yes.
But other than that, though, everything been going pretty well, though. Everything been for the up and up. Just keeping stuff in motion and keeping everything up to speed where they need to be exactly, and just taking it one day at a time. But Mr. Yancey actually been we been touching bases the last couple of days, and he been offering little help here and there with exactly what I have to do. So I do appreciate that a whole lot.
Yes. And I appreciate that as well, Mr. Yancey. So thank you. Good morning. All right. Let me hear from Mr. Yancey. Is there anything else you need to report out on Mr. Smith?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. I think his challenge now is employment. He has some fines and costs to pay. He's hanging in there with his screenings, but the employment aspect is really big right now. So he did report he does have a interview on April 6th. Our goal is to try to prepare him for that on April 6th, so he can present himself in the best light possible. Obviously, if he gets screened, he should have good screenings. And just getting him some secure employment. This is a big opportunity because this employment is somewhat close to his house, so he might not have to depend on so many other people to get him to and from employment. So these next 2 weeks, we're gonna work hard to just be ready for whatever questions or whatever they asked of him, Your Honor. So that's where we are. Other than that, he's in phase 3 in compliance, and hopefully we'll be in good shape.
All right, and you want to get Mr. Smith on for 8:35 so that when phase 3 is up, that's who we're starting with, phase 3, or promotions and phase 3. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll work that out.
All right. All right, very good. Mr. Smith, do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No, not at the moment.
We can't hear you.
I said no, not at the moment.
All right, very good. I'm proud of you, young man. You're doing a good job. I want to encourage you to hang in there. Mr. Yancey, thank you for getting him ready for this hiring fair that he's going to, this hiring event that he's going to go to on April 6th. That's what we're here for, to help you in every aspect, in any way that we can. And then I'll hear from, if there's anything any of the team members would like to say as to Mr. Smith.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Keep up the good work, Mr. Smith. I know you're going to get that job with Chrysler. Keep working the program. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a good job. Thank you, Mr. Smith, and be safe, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
All right, very good. If nothing else, what's next for Mr. Smith? He's in phase 3. What's next for him?
Your Honor, we're gonna do a face-to-face on April 11th at 10:35, and a Zoom hearing on April 18th at 8:35.
All right, very good. We are in great shape then. All right, Mr. Smith, good to see you today.
Good to see you too. You guys have a good one.
All right, you do the same. Thank you. All right. I am ready to transition. I need the files for the attorneys that have signed in, that have checked in, please.
Judge, if I may address
Mr.
the
Reed,
court.
Attorney Reed, yes.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Since we have finished with the specialty court, I would like to ask Ms. Wilson to send me to the breakout room, which the Fikens is, so maybe I could relieve him with some of the A's. Ms. Wilson, if you could send me to the breakout room.
And I'm going to close out that specialty court docket. There are some dates that I need to give Mr. Griffith. I'd like to do that right now so you all can get back to what you need to do. I do see that Mr. Gazuli and Ms. Colbert were scheduled for today. Where is Mr. Gazuli and where is Ms. Colbert?
Thank you. I have the invitation.
Your Honor, to start with Ms. Colbert,
I need you to mute your device. Thank you. All right, Mr. Yancey.
Your Honor, she was on, and I believe she had a somewhat of a job interview, and she wanted to Zoom back in, if that's okay. She had a job interview. I believe it was at approximately 9:30, 9:45.
Okay. That's fine. She can zoom back in, no problem. What about Mr. Gazuli?
Your Honor,
Wasn't Mr. Gazuli supposed to come into the courtroom?
no, that was Mr. Goodson. Mr. Gazuli is currently in the hospital. If we can adjourn his case for 7 days, and then
Yes,
I will,
that's what you're talking about, Mr. Gazuli. Yes, sir.
then,
Did we talk about Mr. Gazuli this weekend, Mr.?
yes, we did, Your Honor.
Yes,
If we could adjourn his case to April 4th at 8:35, that'd be super great.
All right, I am adjourning for Mr. Gazuli, case number U6030161. I'll adjourn it to April 4th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m. However, he must appear in person.
Yes.
Okay. All right, very good. I have a few other matters to just close out for specialty court. I'm going to Portia Goldsmith. I have case number 210-565-4501. For Ms. Goldsmith.
Your Honor, that's my case. Ms. Goldsmith is doing fine. She'll be coming back to a Zoom hearing on April the 7th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, thank you, Mr. Griffin. I have for George Hart, the fourth, Z808-0881.
Your Honor, Mr. Hart, I talked to Mr. Hart. He's doing well. He'll be coming back for a Zoom hearing on April the 7th at 8:35 a.m.
All right, thank you. I have for Javon Manning, case number Z808-0701. For Mr. Manning.
I believe that's Ms. Toshi's case, and she's in another court right now doing a intake. I'll get the court date for you.
All right, I need you to follow back up, someone to follow back up with Ms. Mack for that return to court date.
Okay, I'll make sure.
All right. Wonderful, thank you. I have Kareem Muhammad, Z808-2901, SP118-22471. I also have case numbers SP118-22472, SP118-2248, counts 1 and 2. For Mr. Muhammad.
Yes, Your Honor, we did do a face-to-face with Mr. Muhammad, and we're gonna have him come back on April 7th, Your Honor, at 8:35.
All right, thank you. I have for Christopher Naraki, 200-455-4001. For Mr. Naraki.
Yes, Your Honor, I also did a face-to-face with Mr. Naraka. He's doing great also, in full compliance. We're gonna have him come back on April 7th, Your Honor, at 8:35.
All right, very good. And then I have for James Young, 200-449-3901.
Your Honor, that's my case. Mr. Young is doing well. He'll be coming back for a Zoom hearing on April the 7th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good. And then the final case that I have for specialty court would be for Ernest Wilson. Case number 19, should that be on there? 1936817.
Yes, Your Honor. I did the face-to-face with Mr. Wilson. He's doing fine. He'll be coming back to see you April the 14th, 2022, and that would be at 8:35 a.m.
All right, wonderful. Let's make sure you pull Mr. Wilson's file. I don't have it, so if we can pull his file for me, that would be great. All right, very good. Did I miss anything from the specialty court team? Other than Ms. Colbert, who's going to join us when she's finished with her interview. All right, very good. Thank you all. I will see you for staffing this afternoon, as well as we have another meeting at 1:30. Thank you all so much. Mr. Yancey, you'll have to hang tight until Ms. Colbert comes back. Unless she's in good shape and you can do a face-to-face with her today, so she's not stressed about her interview and getting back to court. Is she in great shape, Mr.
She-
Yancey?
She is, Your Honor. Just mainly working on her fines and costs. Screenings are great. And arms. So, you know, she's at the tail end of her program, so she is doing well.
All right, very good. What do you have next? Let me place her case numbers on the record. Z800891, Z806627 for Nicole Juanita Colbert. What's
Yes.
next for her?
Your Honor, I was going to do a face-to-face with her on April 11th at 10:35 and have her come back on her Zoom hearing for April 18th at 8:35.
All right, and if there's an issue and we need to change her face-to-face to a court appearance, let's by all means do so.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, very good. And so then I just need a date for Mr. Manning and we're in good shape. All right, thank you, Mr. Yancey. Thank you to the team. I'm ready
Yes.
to transition to the traffic docket. Let me get those for. Did they say what this case was? Assault battery. What am I doing though?
You know what? I gave you all the information.
Oh, let me see. Oh, Spanish interpreter? Do they have the Spanish interpreter? Call to make sure they're ready, because I'll go in and do it real quick. And it's the interpreter there. It looks like it's a pre-trial. Mhm.
Okay.
Is the jail on and ready? All right, my apologies to the courtroom. I'm shifting to my traffic docket, but I do have to go on and handle a matter with the jail, so you all will have to indulge me just for a moment. And then I'll be returning. It's just one matter. Thank you so much. And Ms. Wilson, you can go ahead and let the people in from the breakout room. It's for those with the attorneys. And tell the gentleman with the hat on, he has to take it off in my courtroom. Are they ready?
Okay. Yes, ma'am, they are ready.
Okay, wonderful. Can you mute me in here?
You got this in there. I'm out. So I'm gonna mute this one. Joe. I'm gonna mute ours.
All right, we are back in session. Thank you for your patience. I needed to take care of a jail matter, so I appreciate your patience. I am ready now on Lucas Atkinson. Is Mr. Atkinson on this morning?
My client is sitting right next to me to the right.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, counsel. I have the following matter. I have case number U46042918. Counsel, your appearance.
Your Honor, Jeff Burchett appearing on behalf of the defendant, Lucas Atkinson.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lucas. And then let me have your, I'm sorry, Mr. Burchett. And then let me have your client place his appearance on the record.
Please state your name for the record.
Lucas Atkinson.
All right, good morning to you, Mr. Atkinson. I'll need you to be in that camera as well, if at all possible. if at all possible. All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, I see that your hand is up. Is that pertaining to this case?
It's two things, but one of them is for this case, Your Honor.
All right, what do you have on this particular case?
Your Honor, I have screenings for Mr. Atkinson. I have approximately 12 screenings. They start from January 31st and they go to March 23rd. So they're approximately 2 to 3 a week, and they've all been negative.
All right, and so Mr. Yancey, did this court order him to test? And how often, or was this a case I just inherited?
It was a case you inherited, and they were to provide us proof that he was screening, Your Honor.
All right, and how often was he screening? Or was it random?
It was random, but from these dates, it looks like it was at least twice a week randomly.
All right, and everything has come back negative?
Everything has come back negative, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Counsel, how are we proceeding today? It says that we are scheduled for a review.
Your Honor, I've had the opportunity to discuss this matter with Prosecutor Matthew Rosenthal. My client would like to enter into a plea agreement for a 6-month or less deferred sentence under your tutelage and under the drug court.
All right, counsel, so your client has not already entered a guilty plea, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And so according to the people, he would enter a guilty plea as charged with a 6-month delayed sentence. Is that your understanding?
That is my understanding, Your Honor. If we
All
can,
right, are you ready?
yeah. I was just going to say, given the fact that he has been testing for 2 months now, if at all possible, if we could reduce the 6-month to.
Well, you should have talked to the people about that. If you want a reduction, you've got to talk to the people. It's their offer.
I did, Your Honor. Of course, it's up to your discretion.
Well, no, I rely heavily on the people with respect to their recommendation. And so if that's what you all have agreed to, that's where we'll be at the 6 months. I don't want your client to go into this with the understanding or believing that this court is going to reduce that 6 months. Okay?
Okay, Your Honor. If I could be sent to a breakout room very briefly so I could clarify with
all right. You need to go to a breakout room with whom? Mr.
With,
Rosenthal?
Yeah, Mr. Rosenthal. Unless Mr. Rosenthal.
Okay.
If I may, Your Honor, Matthew Rosenthal for the people, or good morning, Your Honor, may it please court, Matthew Rosenthal for the people, P84807. I believe the reduction was in testing. It wasn't the 6 months to any other delayed sentence. I will go back in with Attorney Burchard and his client as well, and we can speak about it. But I think it was in regards to the testing. I'm not positive.
But Mr. Rosenthal, we want to tread very lightly when we start talking about what the court's requirements may be, because as to testing, the court will determine how often the individual will be testing. So
absolutely,
you all should go back to a breakout room so I can continue to move my dock and have some conversation about it and then come back, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you, Ms. Wilson. If you can make that happen, that would be great.
Your Honor, if I could interrupt.
Which notes on here? Which one I'm supposed to read?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
It's scheduled for, all right.
Scheduled for a formal hearing. The officer is here.
All
And
right.
the attorney is here as well. And I wrote the officer's phone number on there because he was in 3 different courtrooms.
Okay, so are we ready? Are we ready on Al Sana? On Al Sana, are the parties ready?
Defense is ready.
Your Honor,
right,
can I
thank you.
interrupt briefly?
Yes.
When we regarding Kareem Muhammad, can he be allowed to pay his reinstatement fee on this case? His license got restricted
Yes.
just
He's
because
still
of the
working
reinstatement.
program.
Okay.
Yes. he's
Thank
still
you so
working.
much. Thank you.
All right, you're very welcome.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Mr. Alsana. Is the officer on? Counsel, Are you accepting an offer from the people today on behalf of your client?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. I can call the case then, because they did tell me the officer is here. He's in a couple of courtrooms. And so, counsel, you're comfortable with proceeding without the officer, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. I have the following matter. I have case number SP 124-82621, counsel, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Ron McCool, P number 82231 on behalf of Anmar Alsana.
All right, thank you. Is your client with us today? Are you waiving his appearance since it's a civil infraction?
I'm waiving his appearance, Your Honor. I have authority to act on his behalf.
All right, wonderful. The offer that I have in the file from the people, counsel, indicates that you will be entering a plea of responsible, and the charge would be amended to limited access 1 to 5 miles per hour over the speed limit. Is that your understanding?
That is my understanding, Your Honor, and he does plead responsible to that charge.
All right, very good. Well, your client was charged on September, strike that, yes, on September 19, 2021 in the city of Detroit. He was charged with 16 to 20 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. And so you're accepting responsibility for that, and then I'll amend it to the 1 to 5.
Correct, Your Honor. So just, yes, Your Honor, he accepts responsibility for that, assuming that'll be reduced to limited access 1 to 5.
Yes, sir. All right, then I am accepting the plea of responsible. I'm amending the charge to limited access 1 to 5 miles per hour over the speed limit. Ms. Mack, what is the statutory? There you go. $170 is the statutory fine. Thank you, ma'am. And how quickly can your client get that paid, counsel?
You have 2 weeks, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. I'm going to adjourn this for payment as long as your client pays. He does not have to come back. If he doesn't pay, he needs to return to court. I am going to adjourn this out. I'll put it on my docket for April 12th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. If he comes, don't worry about coming back. I mean, if he pays, don't worry about coming back. Okay?
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your patience this morning. All right. I am ready on Melvin. No, I'm sorry. Al Ghazali. Al Ghazali, are the parties ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
The parties are ready. All right. I have the following: SP 122-49711, SP 122-45961, and count 2. I need someone to mute their device. And then counsel, if you could place your appearance on the record for me.
Good morning, Your Honor. Marquez Decky, GAZDECKI, P46289 on behalf of Adele L. Ghazali, and he's on Zoom as well, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, and good morning, counsel. And then if Mr. Al Ghazali could place your name on the record.
Adel Nagi Al Ghazali.
All right, thank you, sir, and good morning to you.
Good morning too.
All
Thank you.
right. Counsel, how are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. We're going to take advantage of the prosecution's deal where we'll plead responsible for blockading. He'll dismiss everything else.
Yes.
Okay, he's not charged with blockading. I'll amend to blockading. Which one is he pleading to? Violation of basic speed law, or driving in an unsafe manner, or disregarding a signal?
The speed law, I think that's what he was, the prosecutor was changing to.
The first one? Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Rosenthal, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct. And we've come to a resolution on that other case as well.
All right, very good. I'll recall it as soon as I'm done. All right,
Yes, Your
very
Honor.
good. Let me have Mr. Al Ghazali, please raise your right hand.
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You may place your hand down. Counsel, please start by establishing that your client understands his constitutional rights to a trial and a formal hearing with respect to the matters that are before this court, and that if I accept his plea of responsible as to one matter, he is giving up his rights as to all of the matters on today. You may proceed.
What's going on in Texas?
Yes, Your Honor.
What you mean by
Mr.
that?
Al Ghazali, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford one to be appointed for you. At that trial, you can examine all witnesses and evidence against you. By pleading responsible today to blockading, the amended charge of blockading, you're giving up the right to have a trial by jury or a trial by the judge. Do you understand that, Mr. Al Ghazali?
Yes.
Know about testing.
You understand that, Mr. Al Ghazali?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Test. Why are you testing?
You need to turn down whatever's in your background. We're not gonna get a good recording this morning. Could you please?
Sorry about that,
so?
Your Honor. I'm on another Zoom today too.
Oh, I understand it.
I don't
Yes,
want to miss
sir.
the judge saying, hey, Mr. Gazdecki.
I get it. I'm okay. Let's try to get through it. Let's do it. I'm satisfied. Please establish the factual basis for your client. You may do so at this time.
Yes, Your Honor. You have the right to remain silent. Sir, you have the right to remain, excuse me. Sir, do you understand that you have the right to remain silent? Anything you say that can be used against you in a court of law, you have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford one to be appointed for you, at that trial, you can examine all witnesses and evidence against you. Since you're pleading responsible to the amended charge of blockading, you will not have a trial today. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, very good. As to the factual basis, counsel, I'll do it because I know that you are listening, unless you want to go ahead and proceed with the factual
I don't
basis.
have the ticket in front of me, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Al Ghazali, on July 22nd, 2021, were you driving a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you driving that motor vehicle in an unsafe manner?
Yes.
All right, counsel, are you satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I am going to accept your plea of responsible. I'm amending the charge to blockading traffic. I'm assessing a statutory fine in the amount of $175. The dismissals will not take place until all of the matter is paid in full. And so, counsel, when can your client get the $175 paid?
Can we have 2 weeks, Your Honor?
All right, then I am going to adjourn this pay for April 12th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. And then the remaining matters will be adjourned for dismissal. As long as your client pays, he does not need to come back to court. The matters will automatically be dismissed. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much,
Thank
counsel.
you.
Thank you, Mr.
Have a wonderful
Al-Ghazali.
day.
Thank you. Thank you
All right,
very
you
much.
do the
Thank
same.
you.
Thank you. All right. Let me go to Melvin Anderson. Melvin Anderson, are the parties ready?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I have the following for Melvin Anderson. I have case number 2172-77581 and case number SP 118-01901. Counsel, your full name, your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stephanie Carson, P57096 on behalf of Mr. Anderson.
All right, good morning, Ms. Carson. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. I hope the court is well.
Yes, I am well. Good to see you. I'm going to have your client, Mr. Anderson, if you could place your name on the record at this time.
Melvin Anderson.
Where did your face go? I don't see you anymore. I have to capture your image. What happened to Mr. Anderson, Miss
I don't know. He's
Carson?
been on all morning, Your Honor. It's his phone. I don't know if he lost power.
Uh-oh. All right, let's see if you'll chime in very quickly. You can at least tell me what's the offer from the people, or if your client is accepting an offer.
Well, Your Honor, at first I need to ask the court to recall the bench warrant because this is an arraignment on the bench warrant. Secondly,
Okay.
what we're doing is setting it for a pre-trial so that give my client some time to get his license circumstances in a better condition.
All right, counsel. I'm going to recall the bench warrant.
Thank you.
As to both matters. And then you are asking this court to set this matter for a pretrial. Is that correct, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I will set this matter for a pretrial. I will set it for April 12th. April 12th. And I will set that for 9:30 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. That works for.
All right, let's see
Thank
if
you, Your
your
Honor.
client came back on.
Okay. Hello?
Is that Mr. Anderson? Where are you?
Yes. Yes.
All right, Mr. Anderson, your name is not 36th District Court. You're the reason I got put in a breakout room this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Mr. Anderson, Attorney Carson, if you could just tell your client what's going on so that it is on the record that he's here.
Yes, Your Honor. As I spoke to Mr. Anderson earlier, we're setting this matter for pretrial so that we can get your license another condition. And after that, we'll either resolve it or set it for trial. Okay, Mr. Anderson?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you on April 12th, 2022 at 9:30 a.m. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Carson.
All right, thanks.
You do the same. Thank you. All right, I am ready. I'm recalling Atkinson. Are we ready on Atkinson?
Ready, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. The
Yes,
recall,
Your Honor.
I'm doing the number, case number U460-42918, counsel.
Your Honor, Jeff Burchett appearing on behalf of the defendant, Lucas Atkinson.
All right, and then Mr. Atkinson, your name again?
Lucas Atkinson, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And then for the people.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Rosenthal for the people, P84807.
All right, thank you. How are the parties proceeding?
Your Honor, I have come to an agreement with brother counsel regarding my client accepting a plea of guilty in exchange for a deferred sentence of 3 months. And my client has received the advice of rights, and I'm ready to establish a record for the plea agreement.
And then if I may, Your Honor.
Very good. Yes.
The Mr. Burchard's client, he has been testing the last 2 months, so I did find it reasonable to go under a 3-month delay. So that's kind of why we did make the change from the 6 to the 3 month, Your Honor. I just wanted to have that on record. He has been testing the last 2 months and nothing's come up dirty or anything like that.
All right. All right. Very good. Let me have you raise your right hand for me, please, Mr. Atkinson. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, counsel, you may proceed as to your client's constitutional rights.
Mr. Atkinson, you realize by accepting this plea agreement that you're waiving your constitutional right to a trial by judge or jury. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Has anyone forced you to enter into this agreement?
No.
And you enter into it voluntarily and freely because this is the course of action you wish to take?
Yes.
Your Honor, I believe we've established the constitutional record, at least. I'd also like to have my client establish the factual record as well.
Yes, you may proceed, counsel.
Mr. Atkinson, on or about February 22nd of 2018, were you driving a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And was that vehicle, did you own that vehicle?
Yes.
Were you subsequently stopped by a police officer while driving that vehicle?
Yes.
And when the officer observed the vehicle, was there a hypodermic syringe found in the vehicle?
Yes.
Your Honor, that's That's all we have at this point.
Okay, and your client was in possession of this hypodermic syringe or needle. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, thank you. I'll accept your plea of guilty. I'll follow the recommendation of the people as to a 3-month delayed sentence, which means that he will be on probation with this court, and which means we need to reach out to Ms. Brimage, who will be the probation officer that oversees this matter. I'm ready for sentencing. Counsel?
Your Honor, we're prepared as well. My client has been testing regularly. He has tested negatively for a period of 3 months. He also is now employed at Deco Manufacturing in Mason, Michigan, which is approximately an hour or 45 minutes away from the court. If possible, if you could reduce the frequency of testing, that would be great, at least to coincide with his work schedule. And this offense occurred back in 2018. He moved to California. That's the reason why he didn't take care of this earlier. He just didn't notice. He is going to make amends for this offense, and we're ready for Your Honor to impose sentencing.
All right, thank you, counsel. Counsel, your client will be able to test where he's residing. That is not going to be an issue. However, I am going to require the 2 times per week random testing. It's the minimum that I'm going to do. 2 weeks random, 2 times per week, I'm sorry, random testing. And he has to sign so that those test results can be reported to the court in real time. So I don't want to hear about them a month later or what have you. I want them in real time. He's going to be assigned to probation officer Jasmine Brimage. And so he needs to contact Ms. Brimage on today, and we'll do the same so that he can get set up, so we can get those test results in real time. And so, and it has to be 2 times a week minimum, random testing.
Understood, Your Honor.
In addition, I am assessing our fine in the amount of $100. The cost will be $200. And your client, how quickly can your client get fines and costs paid?
Your Honor, it should, I mean, by the end of the week, certainly, but I mean, even sooner.
All right. And so that's wonderful. Make sure you get it paid at least by, what is it, Monday? Monday is April the 4th, 2022. So you want to get it paid before that date, okay?
Okay, Your Honor, I'm sorry. The bonds that were posted, how do we deal with those?
No, the bonds that were posted, let's see, you have one that was posted by third party, so there's nothing I can do with that without that individual coming in. And then actually that bond was forfeited because your client did not come to court. He didn't show up. And then there was another bond that was posted, and that is also by a third party. So he will have to, that person has to do something on their end. I can't just take their bond and apply it to his fines and costs.
No,
okay?
Yeah. Okay, so he has to go to 36 to obtain that.
Or he can call the clerk and get instructions on how to, what needs to happen for that individual to give permission to use that bond.
Sure, and also, what is the phone number for Ms. Brimage?
All right. Do you have the phone number for Ms. Brimage?
Yes.
Ms. Mack, can you give that number?
Yes, it's 313.
Yep.
965. 3418.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the court's time, and Attorney
Okay,
Rosenthal.
counsel, I wasn't finished with my sentencing.
Oh,
so
I'm
you
sorry,
kinda
Your
just
Honor.
Jumped in. You kind of just jumped in on me. All right, and so I think I went over the 2 weeks random, the $100 fine, the $200 cost. I'm going to set this matter for review. I'm not doing any community service hours because your client has been testing and he's come back negative. And I know that he started a new chapter in his life. And so congratulations to you, Mr. Atkinson. Very proud of your accomplishments. I'm going to schedule this matter for a final review on June 28th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m. As long as your client has paid his fines and costs, he's been doing his 2 times random testing, weekly random testing, and those results have been, I need you to stop playing in your hair in court because that's gonna really get under my skin. All right. And as long as he's not having any issues, counsel, then when he comes back on June 28th, it should be a dismissal of this matter and he'll get this behind him, okay?
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you all for your patience this morning.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
All right.
Thank
Okay,
you, Your
take
Honor.
care. Thank you. I'm ready to handle the matter that's in the courtroom, and then I'll be ready to call the remainder of the docket. I am ready on Mr. Al-Shara. All right, I have the following matter for Mr. Al-Shara. I have case numbers SP 1228265, counts 1 and 2. Sir, state your full name for the record.
My name is Haydar, first name Hayjar, last name Al-Shara, Alshara.
Thank you and good morning to you. All right, counsel, who's proceeding on behalf of Mr. Al-Shara?
Ready up, Mr. Fikens.
I was told I was muted, Judge. I'll try it again. Robert Fikens on
Yes.
behalf of Mr. Al-Shara.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens. How are we proceeding today?
Judge, because Mr. Al-Shara showed compliance, there's a recommendation to dismiss both those matters with the stipulation of probable cause. Defendant so stipulates the probable cause.
All right, wonderful. Then both of the matters are dismissed without prejudice. Sir, I think you'll get some paperwork today and then enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, take care. Thank you, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you.
All right, with that, I am ready. Who do we have up first? Who's giving me a case first?
I will judge if I can. I'll start with Brooklyn Adams if she's gets in the screen. If not.
All right, Ms. Adams is not in the screen, so let's go to somebody who is in the screen.
Your Honor, I'm ready on Adam Allison.
All right, Mr. Allison, let's do it. I have the following. I have case number 0749644112. Mr. Allison, state your full name for the record, please.
Adam Alexander Allison.
All right, thank you, sir, and good morning to you.
Good morning.
In Your Honor,
All right.
we've discussed the case and we've discussed his rights. Hold, please. It's my understanding due to the age of this matter, it is going to be dismissed. We ask the court to adopt that recommendation. Thank you.
I certainly will. I will adopt that recommendation. The matter is dismissed. Is there a stipulation of probable cause?
So stipulated, Your Honor. Yes.
All right, thank you, sir, for your patience. Mr. Allison, your matter is dismissed. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. All right, who do we have up next? If you want your case called, turn on your camera, have a seat, and put your face in that camera. I will not do cases where people are not in the camera. Thank you so much. Who do we have up next?
We're ready on Jason Adams, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Adams. Mr. Allison, you are free to leave. Have a good day. All right, for Jason Adams. I'm sorry.
Mr. Allison had a question. I think he posted a bond and he wanted to know if that bond would be returned.
Well, he'll have to pay his whatever, I don't know what costs got assessed to him. So whatever is left over will be refunded to you, sir. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, let's go to Mr. Jason Adams. I have case number SP 3636751. Mr. Adams, tell me your name for the record, please.
Jason Adams, Your Honor.
Thank you and good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you, Your Honor.
Okay, how are we proceeding, counsel?
Your Honor, there's a written recommendation to dismiss. We would ask the court to adopt the recommendation. We stipulate to probable cause, and there are actually two matters listed on the recommendation. It also encompasses a U ticket from 2014, I believe.
All right, which ticket did I read into the record? I read in the SP ticket. All right. Okay, this file is. This is Mr. Adams. So I'm going to,
Oh, yeah, they're both on the docket. Judge.
okay, are they in different places?
They could be. One is at the.
Oh, at 8:30. So let me place the other matter on the record. U 157-701-14. Counsel, there's a recommendation for dismissal of both of these matters, and that's with the stipulation of probable cause. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, and we do so stipulate.
Wonderful. Then both matters are dismissed without prejudice. Congratulations to you, Mr. Adams. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, I just got one question. My bond money will be refunded to me, or?
Yes,
Not all
Mr.
of it, sir.
Mr.
Okay.
Adams, it's just like she stated for the previous case, and like I explained in the breakout room. If there are any fees that are associated, those will be deducted and your bond will be mailed back to you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right.
And
Who
before
do we have up
Mr.
next?
Before Mr. Fikens moves forward with his case, I will just ask, does the court use the memorandum of understanding?
I'm sorry.
He's shaking his head. Yes. So, okay, never mind, Your Honor. Mr. Fikens is ready.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Mr. Fikens, who do you have up next?
Judge, we first have up Brooklyn Adams.
All right. Ms. Adams, is her face on the screen this time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there she is. All right, Ms. Adams. I have case number 204-006-681. State your full name for me, Ms. Adams.
Brooklyn Patrice Adams.
All right, thank you and good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, how are we proceeding, Mr. Fikens?
Judge, there are three other matters which I'd asked to be placed on the docket, and they form part of the recommendation from the prosecutor. They are 2040-06682 and 3. Those are counts 2 and 3 of the ticket that this court read into the record. And there's also ticket number 2040-06691.
I don't have a 9-1. I have the counts 1, 2, and 3, the one on the docket and the 2 additionals, but I don't have the 9-1. Okay. All right, very good. And Mr. Fikens, did I hear you say that you have an offer that encompasses everything?
Yes, Judge.
All right, very good. I am ready. Thank you. I have the 9-1. So let's do it. What's the offer?
Judge, if she pleads guilty on the ticket that this court first read, that would be.
Which one? We just read a whole bunch of cases. Which one?
Oh, I thought I said the first one, Judge, but let me, if she pleads guilty on 2040-06681, the court would consider reducing that to improper plates and consider dismissing the remaining 3 matters.
All right, very good. Of course, upon full payment of her fines and costs, right, Mr. Fikens?
That is correct, Your Honor. Understood, and that's what we talked about, yes.
All right, very good. Ma'am, let me have you raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Thank you. Ma'am, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a guilty plea on one of the matters today, correct?
Yes.
And are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone promised you anything or forced you to do this?
No.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to her constitutional waiver. May I do a factual basis?
Yes, you may.
Ma'am, on the date and time of the citation, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And when you were stopped by a police officer and asked to display a valid license, you could not display a valid license, correct?
Yes.
I'm satisfied.
All right, I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept your plea of guilty. I'm following. Wait a minute, let me make sure I'm following the right recommendation. I am following the recommendation to amend the charge to improper plates. I am adjourning for dismissal, all of the remaining matters, and I am ready for sentencing. Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Miss Adams was here last week. She was trying to, actually, she was boarding a plane, and we had to bring her back today. She's been consistently coming back, Judge. She's interested in getting her license back. We've talked about that. I think the road is clear to her, and we stand ready for sentencing, Your Honor.
All right, very good. As to the matter that you pled guilty on, I am assessing our cost in the amount of $200. The fine will be $50. And so I need to know when you can get this particular matter paid in full.
This before the week is out.
Before the week is out. So this is what I'll do. I'll schedule you for a review adjourned to pay. That will be April 4th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get it paid, you don't have to come back to court. All of your other matters will be dismissed without prejudice, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Glad you made it back to us too, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Griffin, you need to see me on a matter?
Yeah, I just got, there's an intake, I just wanted, somebody to.
Okay, can we, is it something y'all doing right this minute?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let me. All right, you may approach. Give me 1 second. Next, Mr. Fikens, or
Yes, Judge, no
who do we have
problem.
up next? Who do we have up next?
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge Charles Emerson.
Emerson, okay, very good. Give me 1 second, Mr. Emerson. I'm gonna place your case numbers on the record and then we'll be ready to proceed. I have SP 114-6202, counts 1, 2, and 3. I also have SP 114-62041. Mr. Emerson, state your full name for me.
Charles Emerson.
All right, thank you. Give me 1 second. Yes, sir. Wonderful, I love it. All right, let's do it. Mr. Fikens, for
Yes,
Mr.
Judge.
Emerson, what
Yes,
is the recommendation?
Judge, the recommendation is that if he pleads guilty on the ticket ending in 2022, driving while license suspended, the court would consider reducing that charge to fail to display and dismiss the other 3 matters today, or when he pays.
When he pays. All right, very good. Let me have you raise your right hand, Mr. Emerson. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a guilty plea on one of the matters today, correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to his constitutional waiver. May I do a factual basis?
Yes, you may.
Sir, on the date and time of this citation, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And you were stopped by a police officer and asked to produce a valid license, correct?
Yes.
And your license was suspended at that time, correct?
Correct.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept your plea of guilty. I am also going to amend the charge to failure to display. And I am ready for sentencing. Mr. Fikens?
Judge, I just want to point out, Mr. Emerson was certainly cooperative and respectful during this entire morning. He also had to listen to one of my speeches about how a license is easy to lose and hard to get back. And finally, I said, you probably went to church and got all your preaching yesterday. You shouldn't have to listen to preaching today. But he did anyway, Judge, and he was very, very cooperative and respectful. I just want this court to know that we stand ready for sentencing.
All right.
Thank you.
Very good. All right, you're doing well, Mr. Amerson. Your cost on today will be $200. Your fine today will be $50. When can you get this ticket paid in full?
Like you said, in the middle of the week.
The middle of this week. So what I'll do is I'll adjourn this to pay. I'll put it on my docket for April 4th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get it paid, you do not have to come back. You will dismiss the 3 matters on your behalf and close out the one that you pled guilty to. If for some reason you don't get it paid, you do need to come back and see us on April 4th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. Okay?
Okay, they'll be paid.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, sir. You got a good deal, so get it paid. All
Okay,
right?
Judge, I respect that. Thank you.
All right, take care. You too. Thank you.
Judge,
All right, who do we have up next?
Judge, if I may, I have 2 dismissals. One is the
Let's do it.
the person in the courtroom. Has that case been called yet, Judge? There was someone physically in the courtroom.
We did that.
Yes, yes, we've already done it.
I have a Mr. Al Ruby. He needs to cut his camera on.
Mr. Al Ruby, I do see him. And so I am going to call his case at this time. If I can find it.
He's right above our shower, Judge.
Oh, I see him. All right, I have SP 1128404, counts 1 and 2. Mr. Al Ruby, please state your full name for the record.
Ahmed Arubi.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Mr. Reed?
Thank you, Judge. There's a recommendation to dismiss valid documentation. We would stipulate the probable cause, Judge.
All right, thank you. Then the matters are dismissed without prejudice. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Who do we have up next?
Chastity Adams, Your Honor.
Chastity Adams, are you ready, Miss Adams?
Yes. Hey,
All
Judge, how
right,
you doing?
wonderful. I'm well, ma'am. How are you?
Fine.
That's good. All right, Miss Adams, let me place your case number on the record. SP 115-587-61. State your full name for me.
Chastity Adams.
All right. How are we proceeding on behalf of Miss Adams today? Hold
Well,
on.
Judge-
Wait a minute. I only have 1 matter for Miss Adams,
Correct,
but
Judge.
this file has 3.
Yes, Judge. She paid off the civil infractions.
These are all 3 misdemeanors, though.
Oh, Judge, that's more than I know.
I have, let me just see, make sure. 4, 5, 8, 7, 6. I have counts 1, 2, and 3. I have counts 2 and 3 for the one that I read into the record. And so it looks like, Mr. Fikens, the deal that you have or the offer that you have, is it just for that one case or what are we doing?
Yeah, Judge, because, well, she did pay off her civil infractions. I pointed it out to the prosecutor, and there was a recommendation, there was going to be a recommendation to dismiss the misdemeanor because she paid her civil infractions. If there are other misdemeanors, Judge.
Well, would there be a recommendation to dismiss all misdemeanors since she paid her civil infractions?
I would
No,
presume.
Your Honor. Your Honor, if
No.
I may, no, I have to check what the misdemeanors are. I just thought it was the one and given the infraction with the payment of civil infractions, but I do need to check the 2.
The counts 2 and 3. Let's make sure these are in the system, because why wouldn't they be on my docket?
I don't know. Those 2 are closed. Count 2 and 3 are closed. They were dismissed. Count one is not addressed, and then she has another ticket that was not addressed, and that's this one right here, Judge.
Okay. All right, so counts 2 and 3 of the one that I placed on the record have already been dismissed.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so those have been dismissed, and so that leaves the one I called, and then there's an additional one of driving while license suspended, even though it happened back in, looks like September of 21. They didn't put it in the system until February of 2022, and that case number is SP 124-79441. So now what, Mr. Rosenthal?
If it's the only 2, Your Honor, then I'm fine with that per payment of the 2 civil infractions with both of the misdemeanors being the same infraction. I'm fine with that.
All right, with the dismissal? All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so, listen, but I have a message for Miss Adams. Miss Adams,
Yes.
stop driving until you have that license, okay? You got a really good deal today.
Okay.
And if I may, Your Honor, yes, Miss Adams, reason that it did come out to this was the 2 payment of civil infractions, but please get your license and be legal out there. We're giving you the benefit of the doubt to do that, so please do so, please.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, now don't just say that because your last name begins with an A. And I've never seen Chastity spelled this way, so I'm not gonna forget that, okay? And so if you come back to me driving without a license, it's gonna be real bad for you.
Okay, Judge.
Okay, Miss Adams. All right, I'm dismissing the 2 matters that are before me today. The one that I've added to the docket as well, I'm dismissing without prejudice. Good luck to you, ma'am. Go get your license. You're in better shape than you've ever been. Go get your license. Shame on you if you come back here with another ticket.
All right.
Thank you, Attorney
All right, I
Fagan.
don't know
Thank
who
you,
they're
Your
looking
Honor.
over at. They better be encouraging you to not drive.
All right.
All right, bye, Miss
Thank you, Your
Adams.
Honor.
Bye.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right. Thank you, Attorney Rosenthal. Who do we have up next?
Brittany Allen, Your Honor.
Your Honor, before he does
Miss
Brittany Allen, can we do Mr. Austin? It's a dismissal and he's on a work site. So I just wanted to get him back to work.
Let's do dismissals. Let's do all dismissals. Let's do it. Because I like dismissals. I like when people get their lives together. Let's do it. Mr. Austin's first name is Tavares. Okay, I have case number Tavares. Okay, he's gonna correct us. Now don't get all hanky because you're getting that dismissal, sir.
No, ma'am.
All right.
No, ma'am. I listen with my name, how it's spelled. Everyone always miss says my name.
I know. And I don't like people to mispronounce my name, so that you in good shape. You good. All right, here we go. I have case number SP 122-64161. Mr. Austin, state your full name for the record.
Burris James Austin.
All right, thank you, sir. You may proceed with the motion.
Your Honor, there is a recommendation to dismiss. We ask the court to adopt the recommendation. We stipulate to probable cause.
All right, thank you. I have the count 1. What happened with count 2 on here? It was a civil infraction, but has he paid it? I don't give dismissals if people haven't paid their civil infractions.
So ma'am, I literally just moved and I just got these things Saturday. I just literally got these to my new address
Okay,
Saturday.
but you knew you had a ticket though. Hold on, sir. You knew you had a ticket, okay? And
Yes,
so
ma'am, I
if
do.
there's a civil
And I was-
infraction, hold on 1 second. There's a civil infraction, is that correct?
That is correct.
Has it been
Yes, ma'am.
paid?
It has not been paid.
And how much is owed on it?
$130.
All right, so you owe us $130, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so I am going to adjourn to pay. I'm gonna take it out of default. I'm gonna adjourn it to pay. When can you get paid the $130?
I would have everything paid within a week.
All right, so I'm going to adjourn this to pay. And I'm going to put it on April. If I put it on April 12th, does that give you enough time?
Yes, ma'am. More than enough time.
All right, I'll adjourn it for April 12th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. I'm also going to adjourn your dismissal. You can't get your dismissal until this is paid in full. All right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I'll adjourn to dismiss. Because I don't give dismissals if people owe us money. It's not fair to
Yes,
the
ma'am.
court. So get that
Yes, ma'am.
130 paid as quickly as possible. And when you get it paid, if you get it paid before the 12th, you can call in, let my clerk know. She'll let me know and we'll get your dismissal in the system, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you and have a great day.
And you do the same. Thank you. All right. Who do we have up next? If you're speaking to me, you're muted. Who do we have up next?
Judge
I thought
Brittany
Brittany
Allen.
Allen was next.
Thank you, Your Honor. Brittany Allen is next.
All right, very good. Let's do Brittany Allen.
Good morning.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Allen. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm going to place your cases on the record. Thank you. I have the following for you. Give me 1 second. Let me just reconcile right now. Yes, ma'am. They are all here. Let's do it. I have the following for Brittany Allen, SP 125-7967, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 125-79681, case number SP 126-0880, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 126-08811. Ms. Allen, state your full name for the record, please.
Brittany Allen.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Okay, counsel, how are we proceeding today on behalf of Ms. Allen?
Judge, my client would like to avail herself of the recommendation. She'll be tendering a plea of guilty to driving while license suspended. That's ticket number ending in 8802, and asking this court to reduce that to fail to display. She'll also be tendering a plea of guilty to ticket ending in 8803. Improper plate should be pleading as charged. And the understanding is, Judge, and the recommendation is that the other 6 matters will be dismissed.
All right, you're in great shape. All right, Ms. Allen, raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
All right, thank you. You may place your hand down. You may proceed, Mr. Fikens. I don't see you, Mr. Fikens. Where are you? Are you hiding from me?
Sorry, Judge, I was around the corner.
All right, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Judge. Ma'am, you understand that in these matters, all 8 of them, you have a right to a trial, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a guilty plea on 2 of the matters today, correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty on 2 matters today?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to her constitutional waiver. May I do a factual basis?
Yes, you may.
Ma'am, I direct your attention back to ticket number ending in 8802 and 8803. On the date and time of those citations, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes, sir.
And when stopped by a police officer and asked to produce a valid license, you were not able to do so because your license was suspended, correct?
That's correct.
And also on that same date and time, your plates were improper. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
I'm satisfied as well. I'm accepting your plea of guilty as to both matters. I'm amending the one charge, count 2, to failure to display a valid operator's license. The other matter was pled to as is, as charged. And so, Mr. Fikens, I'm ready for sentencing.
Yes, Judge, and I do want to point out, it looks like a bad record because there are 8 tickets and 8 felonies, not 8 felonies, 8 misdemeanors. But one of those times, her brother was driving. We talked about not driving until you obtain a license, that you're on your way to getting a license, that this can surely help with the offer that was made by the people and that they want you to get a license. I think she stands ready, Judge. She's more than willing to try to get her license back. I think she can. She's in good shape, and we just asked the court to take that into account.
All right, very good. I will take that into account. Counsel, I'm going to only assess costs one time today. That will be as to count 2. And so I'm going to assess the cost in the amount of $250. I'll assess count 2, the fine. I'll assess that at $50. And then for count 3, I'll assess the fine at $25. And so your client is still in good shape. And I need to know when she can get both of these matters paid in full.
Within 30 days.
All right, wonderful. Get it behind you, ma'am. I am going to schedule you let's see, yeah, I'll adjourn this to pay. I'll do April 29th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get both matters paid, you don't have to come back to court. We'll do all of your dismissals and everything. If for some reason you don't get both matters paid, you do need to come back on April 29th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m., okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. You're in great shape, ma'am. Do not drive until you have that driver's license, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, very good. Thank you. All right, who do we have up next?
Judge, my last person is Lamar Anderson, although he is not on camera.
All right, let's go to the next person if he's not on camera. Who do we have up next?
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Mr. Anderson, are you sure you're here?
Yes, I just have my camera off. How you doing, Judge?
Okay. All right, I'm doing well. Thank you, sir. Let me call your case number. I have case number SP 113-28931 for Lamar Anderson Jr. State your full name for me, sir.
Lamar Anderson Jr.
All right, thank you. Counsel, how are we proceeding?
Judge, there's a recommendation that if he pleads guilty on the ticket the court read into the record, the recommendation is to have the court consider reducing that to failure to display. And my client wishes the court to follow that recommendation.
All right, your client also has a civil infraction that was issued on the same day. And so Miss Mack, if you could look it up, it's P1132855. Did he pay that already? 2855. He did not. And what's owed on that? 234. All right, your client has a civil infraction that he owes $234 on. Mr. Ficus, did you want to look at maybe, just maybe, working out a deal for him?
Yes, Your Honor, I would. If Mr. Rosenthal.
Oh, Mr. Rosenthal has his hand up. Mr. Rosenthal?
Yes, Your Honor. It was about a previous case that Ms. Harris was on record for. But I was going to talk to you about that later, Your Honor, after this case. So it's for Mr. Anderson.
Lamar Anderson.
Yes, Lamar Anderson.
And we just have for Mr. Anderson, we also have a companion civil infraction. What was the civil infraction again?
The civil infraction is for 11 to 15 miles per hour over the posted speed limit.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. And what was the speed limit in the posted area, Your Honor, if you don't mind?
It was 35.
Thank you, Your Honor. For that, I can dismiss the driver while license is suspended if they plead to amending count limited access 1 to 5.
And Judge, we would
right.
certainly I would recommend that to my client, and we appreciate the prosecutor's help in that regard.
Absolutely.
All
Thank you,
right, so
Mr.
are we
Fike, and
ready?
thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you. All right, so are we ready to go forward, Mr. Fikens?
Yes, Judge. As I understand it, the offer is that if he pleads responsible to limited access speeding, to speeding, the court would consider reducing that civil infraction to limited access speeding and also dismiss the misdemeanor. And my client does very happily and thankfully want to take advantage of that offer.
All right, very good. That certainly places him in a great place. And so, Mr. Anderson, let me have you raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Fikens, please proceed.
Thank you. Sir, you understand that in these two matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Correct.
And you wish to give up that right and enter a responsible plea on the speeding matter, is that correct?
Correct.
Are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you to do this or promised you anything to get you to plead responsible today?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to his constitutional waiver. May I do a factual basis?
Yes, you may.
Sir, on the date and time of this citation, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And when stopped by, prior to the time you were stopped by the police officer, you were speeding, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you were in a 35-mile-an-hour zone and you were speeding at least 10 miles above that, is that correct?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I'm accepting your plea of responsible. I'm amending the charge to 1 to 5 miles over the posted speed limit. I'm assessing a fine in the amount of $170. After you pay this fine in full, the remaining misdemeanor will be dismissed without prejudice. So, Mr. Anderson, how quickly can you get this fine paid?
Within 30 days, ma'am.
All right, and so I'm going to adjourn this to pay. I'll do it for April 29th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. It's on my docket. As long as you pay before that date, you do not have to come back and see me. We'll give you your dismissal. If for some reason you don't get it paid, you do have to appear in court or you're going to be right back at square one, okay?
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir, for your patience this morning.
No problem. Thank you. Y'all have a blessed day.
You too, thank you.
You're
All right, who do we have up next?
Cortez Anderson. Mr. Anderson,
He's
please
not
put
in
your
the
face back
camera.
in.
All
Okay,
right.
Your Honor, we're ready on Stacy Anderson.
All right, Mr. Anderson, let's do it. I have the following for Stacy Anderson. I have case number SP 1222682, counts 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Anderson, state your full name for the record, please.
Stacy Jamarco Anderson.
All right, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Anderson is going to waive his right to trial and enter a plea pursuant to the recommendation. Is that correct, Mr. Anderson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And that
what is
recommendation,
that
Your Honor, is that recommendation is that he will plead guilty to count 1, which would be amended to fail to display. Counts 2 and 3 would be dismissed.
All right, very good. Mr. Anderson, let me have you raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Ms. Harris, you may proceed as the constitutional rights.
Mr. Anderson, you do recall us having a conversation with regards to your rights. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you do understand that you have the right to have a trial where you could call witnesses, question witnesses, bring evidence, and question evidence? Mr. Anderson, you're muted.
Yes, I hear you.
And did you understand those rights when I explained them to you?
Yes.
And you do understand that by entering a plea, you're waiving your right to have a trial and to question or bring any witnesses or evidence?
Yes.
And that's your decision to do so, correct?
Yes.
And no one promised you anything outside of the recommendation that I explained to you, forced you, or threatened you to do this?
No.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
I am as well, as to the factual basis.
And Mr. Anderson, you recall being stopped by the police on the date and time listed in the site in the ticket?
Yes.
And at that time, you were asked to present a valid driver's license?
Yes.
Were you able to do so?
No.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, I'm satisfied as well. I'm accepting your plea of guilty. I'm amending the charge to failure to display a valid operator's license. The remaining 2 matters will be dismissed once we have received your payment for the fines and costs that will be assessed by the court on today. I'm ready for sentencing. Attorney Harris, anything you'd like to add?
Your Honor, we respectfully request leniency in terms of any fines and costs imposed by the court.
All right, thank you. Give me 1 second. So wait a minute. All right, I'm assessing our costs in the amount of $195. The fine will be $25. And so, sir, when can you get this ticket paid in full?
By the end of the week.
All right, I am going to adjourn this to pay for April 4th, 2022, and that will be at 10:30 a.m. If for some reason you don't get it paid, you have to come back to court on that day, on April 4th, okay?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, you too, Judge.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, I see Mr. LaShawn Alexander is on the screen, so I'm gonna call his case next. And so I have the following matters for Mr. Alexander. I have case number SP 123-0027, counts 1 and 2. Mr. Alexander, state your full name for me, please.
LaShawn Alexander.
All right, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Okay, counsel, how are we proceeding for Mr. Alexander?
Your Honor, we have discussed the case and we've discussed his rights. Mr. Alexander, do you remember that discussion and you remember us discussing your rights?
Yes.
And Your Honor, he is going to admit responsibility. There is an updated recommendation. He would admit responsibility. That would be amended to, count 2 would be amended to blockading, count 1 would be dismissed.
Upon payment of fines and costs, right, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Let me have you raise your right hand, Mr. Alexander. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Counsel, you may proceed. I'm sorry, counsel, you said that I got it. Never mind. I wrote it down. Go right ahead.
Okay. And Mr. Alexander, you do understand your rights with regards to both the misdemeanor and the civil infraction, where you could have a trial or formal hearing where witnesses could appear. You could question those witnesses, question any evidence.
Yes.
And you're waiving your right to have a trial or formal hearing and admitting responsibility. Is that correct?
Yes.
And do you admit that on the date and time of the citation, you impeded or blocked the flow of traffic?
Yes.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, and that was, he was varying the course without signal observation, right, Mr. Alexander?
Yes.
All right, very good. I'm accepting your plea of responsible. I'm amending the charge to blockading traffic. I am assessing the statutory fine in the amount of $175. I will dismiss count 1 once the money has been paid in full. Mr. Alexander, when can you get this paid in full?
By the 14th.
I'm sorry, say that again.
By the 14th of
Okay. Of April?
Yep.
All right, very good. I am going to place you on my docket for review. I'll place you on April the 19th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get it paid, you don't have to come back. If you don't, you have to show up, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, I see that Cortez Anderson still has not joined us on the screen. So I am ready to call the remainder of my docket. Let's do it. I have the following. I have for Amber Adams, SH 10004-122. That is a show cause. KPS will issue for all of my KPSs. The bond will be a personal bond unless stated otherwise by the court. And then for anything that I am scheduling for a show cause, My show cause date is going to be April the 11th, 2022, and that will be at 9:30 a.m. All right, I have Michael Adebayo, case number SP 1247577, counts 1, 2, and 3, as well as for Mr. Adebayo, SP 1247579, counts 1, 2, and 3. And so for the misdemeanors, show cause will be scheduled, show cause hearing. And for the civil infractions, default judgments will be entered. For David Arnhart Jr., case number SP 1209841, counts 1 and 2. That both of those will be KPS. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Your Honor, two things. One, I believe Mr. Anderson is frozen because it doesn't appear that anything has moved in his space. So I think it's a matter of his device is frozen and he may not have realized that. And two, we were hoping to go back on the record with regards to Tavares Austin and waive his appearance.
Okay, for Mr. Austin, I'll go ahead and do that. Well, I'll remove Mr. Anderson and maybe he'll come back to his phone and realize he's not there and dial back in. What do you think?
Thank you. I hope so.
Well, he just
Absolutely,
removed
Your Honor.
himself. I didn't remove him.
Oh.
All right, let's go back to Tavares Austin, SP 1226461. What's going on?
Your Honor, if I could waive his appearance for purposes of an amendment of the civil infraction in which he was going to pay and or admit responsibility.
I'm waiving his appearance. You may proceed, counsel.
Mr. Rosenthal, I believe the
Yes,
people would be amending the civil.
Yes, Your Honor, if I may, I don't have any objection to taking the civil infraction out of default and amending that to a blockading. That is what we usually prescribe given the circumstances. Unfortunately, it did go in default. He will get points on his record if he does plead guilty to the charge that is before the court right now, Your Honor, or pleads responsible. So we would just ask that be amended to blockading, and then he comes back to pay the cost and fines for the dismissal for the license infraction.
All right, so I'll amend the charge to blockading. However, I have to adjust his fine, and now his fine will be $175. And once he pays that, he'll get the dismissal, okay?
Yes, Your
Thank you,
Honor.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all. All right, let's keep going. I had for, wait, what is this?
You did David A.
Anhart, okay. I'm like, I done lost my spot. Here we go. Montaser Al-Huchami. I have the following: SP 1118448, counts 1, 2, and 3. I also have for Mr. Al-Huchami, SP 1120327, SP 116964661, SX 3578382, counts 1 and 2, and all of those matters will be KBS. For Marshawn Alderson, U 622-51821. This was scheduled for a show cause, charged with accosting and soliciting another for an act of prostitution. KBS will issue. That bond will be set at $100 cash or surety. For Donnell Alexander, 212-856-131. That will be a show cause. For Kareem Alexander, SP 123-14801, KBS. For Ahmed Al-Ghazali, SP 122-2648, counts 1, 2, and 3. Counts 1 and 2 will be show cause, and count 3 is a default judgment. For Garrick Allen, SH 100022322, case number SP 122795, 9, counts 1 and 2. All 3 of those will be capious. For Lenoris Allen, case number SP 1225914, counts 1 and 2. Both of those will be show causes. And then for Lenoris Allen, SP 1225913, counts 1 and 2. Those will both be default judgments. For Monet Allen, case number SP 1229243, count 1 will be a show cause, counts 2 and 3 will be default judgments. And then for Monet Allen, SP 122-92541, default judgment. For Blair Anderson, SP 122-9452, counts 1 and 2, both will be default judgments. For Carlos Anderson, case numbers SP 10763. Is Carlos Anderson the person that was on? No, that was Cortez. All right, for Carlos, and then I'll call Cortez. For Carlos Anderson, SP 1076366, counts 1, 2, and 3. And case number 19506-071, counts 1 and 2. All of those are arraignments of the bench warrant. So capious will issue, the bond will be set at $25 cash or surety as to each one of the matters. I'm ready on Cortez Anderson, SX 391-90401. Mr. Anderson, state your full name for the record. Unmute for me.
Cortez Anderson.
Thank you, sir. We're glad you came back. You were frozen. We have been calling your case.
My bad.
All right, that's okay. All right. Yes. All right. Who's representing Mr. Anderson?
That is me, Your Honor. We are ready to proceed.
Yes, ma'am. How are we proceeding? Ooh, Mr. Anderson has a number of things.
I only knew that he had the one matter. So is there more than?
Yes. Miss Mack? I mean, based on this summary, I don't know how long ago. This summary was just printed out March 14. Yeah, he has a number of things.
I only show one, or am I not? Am I missing it? I only show one.
Let me tell you what, and he's in warrant status on a number of them. This is 3, here's 6.
Yeah, he has court dates.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then he has 13, 14, 15. 15 matters.
Yeah, he has quite a few. And they all have different court dates.
And they all have different court dates. So listen, I'm not taking a plea from someone that has 15 outstanding matters and some in warrant status too. At least that's what my printout is showing. From March 14th. And so I need you all to look at this and see if we can get Mr. Anderson into good shape to go forward, because I'm not going to take his word that he's going to pay us, and he has 15 outstanding matters.
And Judge, if I might interrupt, and perhaps that's a lot of matters, of course. Mr. Rosenthal and I would need to go over that probably and take a look at it. Maybe we can adjourn it for a day or so, Your Honor, if tomorrow affords an opportunity. With that many, I just want to take a look at it, and I don't know that a couple minutes might not do us well. So
I don't think a couple of minutes would do you well today. Usually I'm asking for that, Mr. Fikens, but he has a number of things. So if I adjourn it to Tuesday, tomorrow, would that work for the parties?
Mr.
I'd be fine.
I'm sorry.
I can adjourn it to Tuesday or Thursday because I have a class, a seminar I'm doing tomorrow for about 30 minutes.
Mr.
Which
Anderson?
day, Tuesday or Thursday? Mr. Anderson?
Thursday.
Thursday, Judge?
Thursday?
Are you gonna be in town Thursday? Is that?
Oh, I'm not.
And I won't be here either, Your Honor, on Thursday.
Oh, well, let's
I
do
will
it
have,
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do it tomorrow, Judge. Mr. Anderson,
Mr. Rosenthal. I need you, Mr. Rosenthal.
And
Absolutely,
Your
Your
Honor,
Honor.
I will also add that a state prosecutor might also be needed.
All
Absolutely.
right, so that gives you all time to reach out and get something from the state prosecutor or to look at the memorandum of understanding. All right, Mr. Anderson, I'm gonna have to bring you back tomorrow, but this is what's gonna happen. My docket is not as heavy usually on Tuesdays. And so if we could bring Mr. Anderson back, let's say about 10:30, I think that we would be in great shape to be able to get him done before my 12 o'clock.
I think so,
So,
Judge.
Mr. Anderson, can you do 10:30?
Yes.
All right, tomorrow, we'll see you on, what's tomorrow? March 29th, 2021, 2022 at 10:30, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All
Thank
right,
you, Your
thank
Honor.
you for your patience. We're gonna try to work some things out with you and for you.
It will go well for Mr. Anderson. It's you're a good opportunity
So
here.
please come back. Yes, so please come back, okay? Zoom in. All
Thank you.
right, take care, Mr. Anderson. All right, thank you all.
Thank you,
Let me
Your
keep
Honor.
going. Thank you. I have Erica Anderson, the following matters. SP 1230162, counts 1 and 2. Both will be show cause. And then SP 1230161 for Erica Anderson. That will be a default judgment. For Matthew Anderson, SP 1219707, counts 1 and 2, show cause. And then for Matthew Anderson, SP 1219131, that will be a default judgment. For Michael Anderson, SP 122-76891, that will be a capias. For Rodney Anderson, U59845521, that is an alcohol charge with an alcohol-related violation scheduled to be here on today for show cause. Capias will issue, that bond will be set at $50, cash or surety. For Shaniqua Anderson, SP 123002, counts 1 and 2. Counts 1 and 2 will be a show cause. Count 3 will be a default judgment. For Daisha Anthony, case number SP 117-22971, capias. For Sean Anusewicz, SP 117-01791, capias. For Raymond Apple III, SP 122-79701, that will be a show cause. For Kevion Appling, SP 116-8757, counts 1. Wait, let me see. Count 1 would be a show cause. Counts 2 and 3 will be default judgments. For Caleb Archie, SP 117-26351, that will be a capias. For Erica Arias Romero, SP 121-9758, counts 1, 2, and 3 will all be capias. For Jason Armour, case number SP 117-1853, counts 1, 2, and 3. All 3 of those will be capias. And then for count 2, it is an alcohol-related violation. The bond for that matter is going to be $50, cash or surety.
That's for original Armstead.
Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I'm sorry, I am. Yes, I am. All right, so no, the capias for Jason Armour will be all personal bonds. For Reginald Armstead, however, case number U619-25821, that will be, he's charged with alcohol-related violation. Capias will issue that bond, will be $50 cash or surety. For Namir Armstrong, SP 122-7184, counts 1 and 2. Both of those will be capias. for Takari Armstrong. Case number SP 1225901, counts 1 and 2, KPS. For Courtney Arnold. Case number SP 117206, 1, counts 1, 2, and 3, as well as case number SP 11725511. All of those will be KPS. Yes. For Maya Asbury, SP 11722011, that will be a KPS. For Danielle Ashford, SP 11736841, that will also be a KPS. For Kristen Asukwu, SP 11545201, that was an arraignment on the bench warrant. Defendant failed to appear. KPS will issue, and that bond is set at $50, cash or surety. For Kevin Atkins, SP 1173195, counts 1 and 2, both will be KPS. For Sequia Auberry, SP 1228939, counts 1 and 2, both will be show cause. For Demario Austin, SP 1049271, case number SP 108638441 and SP 1127641. All three of those matters were scheduled for arraignment on the bench warrant. KPS will issue. The bond is set at $25 as to each matter, cash or surety. For Flamey Ayers, SP 1230627, that is going to be a show cause. And then for Ayers, Mr. Ayers, SP 1230623, counts 1, 2, and 3. All three will be default judgments. For Yusuf Al-Yusuf, case number SP 122145581. He was in adjourned to pay. Did he pay?
He did not pay up, but also he has a review coming back to you later. It's one of those cases they get to do a bunch of stuff.
And when is he coming back to me though?
He is coming back to you on June 17th.
Oh, no, he doesn't get to keep his disorderly conduct until June 17th. And so what I'm going to do is, since he did not pay, I'm going to set aside the plea, reinstate. Let's reinstate the original charge. And then you can keep his June date, but he's going back to his original charge because he did not pay. And we will work it out if he decides to come back in June. How about that?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, but let's reinstate his original charge. All right, Mr. Fikes, you heard that?
Your Honor, that's fine.
All right, very good. All right, but that is everything on this morning's docket. I don't know who's chiming in at 12 o'clock noon, but I don't have a 12 o'clock noon docket, so I'm so sorry I won't be able to help you today. And so I do have a 1:30 docket, and so we will get on. I know we have staffing today, but Mr. Rosenthal, if we could get things taken care of, that would be great. I don't know
Absolutely,
how to be in 3 places at one time, but all right.
And
Yes.
I was going to
Mr.
say this
Rosenthal,
is
you have
a
your hand up?
yes, John. I think this is a good way with the license infractions. Some of the stuff that we can clear up with certain documentations, it's splitting it up. So I think it leaves us more room for Friday. I don't know if this is how we're going to approach it from now on, but doing it this way, I think will help us on Fridays sometimes if we can get the smaller stuff taken care of on Mondays, depending on you, Your Honor.
Okay, what smaller stuff are you referring to? The stuff that's on today at 1:30?
Oh yeah, Your Honor. I mean, it's basically just traffic infractions. A lot of them don't have any points associated with them. A lot of them are just paperwork offenses. So it leaves for the more serious offenses on Friday that we might take longer to work out. I don't know if this is gonna be an everyday occurrence, Your Honor, but I think this is a good way of, sorting it out, is having a couple of these through, I see Monday and Wednesday. And I think it's lightening the load on Fridays for us, Your Honor. But I'm not sure, because I know
Yes.
you're busy. I know you have staffing, and I don't want to, if you have staffing, I
I
don't want to
have
incorporate this
staffing
with
on
that.
Mondays. I do have staffing on Mondays, so I'm looking at, so I'm trying to see what works.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so
absolutely, Your Honor.
I'm looking at Wednesday being my, I'm looking at Wednesday being the other date so that I can share the load instead of
Absolutely.
just. Ooh, okay, yeah. All right, very good, very good.
I just
So
want to say I noticed
and
it,
if you
Your
all
Honor. You're
see
doing
something
great.
that works, Mr. Rosenthal, I appreciate you, because if you all see something that works, hey, tell me it works. Because if it works for you all,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna make it work for me. How about that?
Oh, that's great, Your Honor. No, I think this is good. I think a lot of this stuff we can take care of before you get back to the bench after meetings. So I think while you're doing the staffing, I can hopefully take care of most of this with another attorney. We should be in good shape.
All right, but I do need one of my specialty court attorneys to be in staff.
Absolutely, Your Honor. Absolutely.
Okay, so Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, you all figure that out.
We'll work it out, Judge.
We will work out.
I'll leave that to you all.
Is this staffing for veteran court, Your Honor?
No, this is for, yes, it is Monday and Tuesday, right, Mr.? What's today? Today is Monday. Yes, it is. It's for Veterans Treatment Court. So we are staffing today for Monday. We should be staffing for Monday and Thursday. We should be. But we've got a number of things going on, including our group picture for specialty court, for our mental court, our mentor court advertisement that they're going to use for the state. I mean, on the national level. And then, so we may just staff today for Tuesday, and we'll have to come back on Wednesday.
Absolutely, Your Honor. Yeah, I was just wondering, because we did have that one vet that me and Miss Robs were dealing with. I believe it was Thursday we emailed you about. So I definitely want to be here tomorrow morning when he's here. So.
Yeah, did I respond? Because I was in Louisiana.
Yes, you did. You responded.
Okay, very good.
You were fine with what we imposed, Your Honor.
All right, sounds good to me.
Thank you.
All right, I am going to be back on here by no later than 2:15. I need that 1:30 docket to be wrapped up so we can be ready to go.
Yes,
Judge,
ma'am.
I'll work on that. And Mr. Reed will be in staffing, and I'll be here in the courtroom, Mr. Rosenthal, around 1:15 to 1:20 if you want to talk.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll have most of this dealt with. We'll just see who shows and go from there. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. I'll see you all at 2:15-ish.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, Judge.
Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day,
you,
Miss Harris.
It's always good to
Thank
see
you.